Going live in 30 seconds. Live in 20 seconds. Live in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And now it's time for Powell County Pirate Sports on the Powell County Sports Network. For a full list of games to be broadcast, the platforms those games will be broadcast on, and the sponsors that support this event, please visit listenlikealocal.com and click on the Powell County Sports Network banner on the home page. Select games will be broadcast on a combination of platforms, including 104.9 FM The Pickup, NFHS Network, WSKV-FM on Facebook Live, at Powell County Sports Network on YouTube, and streaming audio accessible on any internet-connected device. Just say, "Hey Google, Siri, or Alexa, play Pickup Country 104.9 FM," or visit listenlikealocal.com. Powell County Pirate Athletics broadcast is made possible by great sponsors, but to continue to bring you the many high-quality broadcasts, we need your help. If you own a business or are part of an organization, church, or nonprofit and would like to support the broadcast of the Powell County Pirate Sports while promoting your brand to loyal listeners like you, just give us a call, 606-663-2811. Don't forget, you can directly support Powell County Pirate Athletics by purchasing an annual subscription to the NFHS Network at nfhsnetwork.com. You can also directly support your Powell County Pirates by attending games in person. Get your tickets at the GoFan app. You can also find links to NFHS Network and the GoFan app at the Powell County Sports Network page at listenlikealocal.com. And now, let's join our PCSN broadcast team live at the game.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Powell County Sports Network's coverage of Powell County High School athletics. Ken Simon, along with David Faulkner, Ethan Moore, Landon Nolan, and Nevaeh Bridgeman back in the studio with you here on this beautiful Wednesday evening as the Powell County Pirates playing host to the Wolfe County Wolves. The Wolves coming in with a record of 10-4 on the season, coached by Benny Campbell. And the Powell County Pirates coming in with a record of 3-11 on the season, coached by Frank Spencer. These two teams met on Saturday, and the Wolves ended up winning 8-1. And this is the rematch here at home. And the first player up to the plate for Wolfe County will be number 19, Cam Oliver, the first baseman. First pitch is a called strike. We'll set the lineups for you first. Is that 2 balls now at this point?
1-1.
First
pitch was a strike, second a ball. Again, Oliver coming in and batting .500 on the season. He's 19 for 38.
Left-handed hitter. Lacey Dickin on the mound for the Pirates. Going to miss just on the outside, making it 2-1.
Good miss if he'd chase. He didn't chase the first pitch outside. That was a strike.
Here's the pitch. Going to miss on the outside, making it 3-1. We'll set the lineups for you here real quick. Lacey Dickin on the mound behind the plate. Bo Begley over at first base for the Pirates. Dylan Carter. Second base will be Brady Halcomb. And going to miss, going to give up the walk. So first batter walk over at second base. As I said, it's going to be Brody Halcomb. Over at third base, Jordan Del Rosario. Shortstop, Dylan Trent. Over in left field, Kane Knox. In center field, Levi Wells. In right field, Carter Poe. Now stepping up to the plate, the number 2 hitter in the lineup, number 21, Chris Evans, the third baseman.
And he's 14 for 39 on the season at .359. This doesn't include last night's contest.
Two, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, you are correct.
Yeah,
It's 2 games.
The last 2. The runner will go. The throw down is going to be safe.
Testing the new catcher in for the Pirates. Again, it is
Bo Begley.
Bo Begley, normal second baseman. They got the Drew Miller out with an injury, and the backup catcher was got a little ill before the game, so he went on Lane Rogers. Down a couple players tonight are the Pirates.
Here's the pitch, right down the middle. It's going to be called strike. Even the count at 1-1 to Chris Evans, again the third baseman. So Wolfe County with a runner over at second base here. Top of the first, leadoff hitter ended up getting a walk, a stolen base. On deck will be number 22, Jaden Mullins. Here comes the pitch from Dickin. Got a jamming, man. It's going to drop in. They'll get the play at first on the fielder's choice, and the runner will advance. So Oliver down at third now.
It's a good job to for the batter to move. You move the runner over. You allowed your teammate to get to third base with less than 2 outs. So, in theory, that is what the game's supposed to be right there. So Braden Wilson comes to bat now.
So Halcomb to Carter on the 4-3 fielder's choice. Now Jaden Mullins, the right fielder. Swing and a miss for strike one.
You're right up. Yeah, Mullins is the batter. I'm just looking at him on the sheet up here. He's 10 for 33 on the season, batting .303.
Here comes the 0-1. It's a grounder right up the middle. It's going to get through, and it will. The runner will score. That'll be a single for Mullins. So just like that, Wolfe County leading 1-0. We talk about this regardless of inning. David, you give up a walk to that leadoff hitter, and it usually comes back to bite you.
I think I tried to do a stat on last year with softball, and I'm telling you, it's just amazing. It's probably around 80% if you lead off with a walk that they score, and that's just a really high number. It may not be that high, but I'd say over 50% of the time it'll happen.
Now the number 4 hitter in the lineup, number 2, the left fielder, Braden Wilson. Runner goes. Throw down,
Good
gonna
throw.
be close.
A late call.
And
Says
it
safe.
was a late call. Didn't necessarily have a great angle where we are right here, but another stolen base. Again, I don't blame him for
Right time the throw
testing.
looked like it beat him.
The throw home on the pitch was a called strike. So again, runner in scoring position for Wolfe County. Shot down the third base line, going to be pulled foul.
Must have been some kind of an off-speed pitch or just something hung up on Lacey that time. That was hit hard foul.
Yeah, Wilson was out in front of it just a little bit to pull that one foul.
And he may just been anxious on the fastball. Knew it was coming.
0-2 now the count. First player to get 2 called strikes against him so far here. And that's rough.
He did. Now he did signal for it.
Yeah, he did.
As soon as the official saw it, he gave the timeout. Lacey was not yet in his lineup, but his head was turned and looking at the runner.
So 0-2 to Wilson. Again, number 4 hitter in the lineup. Number 4, Jax Holland. And they're going to get the out, and then look at that.
Yeah, and that was a wasted throw to first on the strikeout.
Yeah.
Was out regardless, but we gave the runners, we'll have to call that a stolen base
Yeah.
on the Pirates, but it's actually on the throw to first base on the thought of the strikeout, but good base running by Wolfe County.
Yeah, and not very heady for the Pirates at that point, not realizing that the runner was at second base, advanced to third. Let's see if they can get a stop here. Jax Holland, the catcher, going to swing and a miss for strike one, batting in the 5 spot.
Again, nobody hurt yet. Again,
Hold
you
on,
do have
out of the
it is Holland.
got wrong numbers. Swing and a miss.
You are correct.
Strike 2.
We have
You've got
fallen
wrong
down.
numbers. Well, no, I've got 21. Should be Evans, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Is it 24? Is that his number? Is it 21? What's he showing there?
24.
24. Okay. Well, I missed the 2. He'll get the strikeouts. So back-to-back strikeouts by Lacey Dickin. They'll leave one stranded. Wolfe County will lead 1-0. We'll take a quick break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Brandy Kirk, Market President for CG Bank Stanton. Here at CG Bank, community means everything. It's why we do what we do. At CG Bank, we are your hometown bank, and we are here for you because we are you. We are not just building business, but building relationships. That's community banking. That's my bank. Stop by and visit us at 488 South Main Street in Stanton and see what community banking is all about, or visit us online at www.cg.bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to approval. Contact an employee for further information about applicable fees and terms.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
Brought to you by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky Athletic Administrators Association.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
And welcome back here to the Powell County High School. Dave Faulkner along with Ken Simon. Again, it is Wolfe County. The visitors, they took a 1-0 lead in the top of the first inning off of Dickin in Powell County. Gave up a walk, stolen base.
3 stolen bases, actually.
Yes, there were. Yeah, those gave up a hit and then ground out after a stolen base, moving to third. Then a base hit up the middle, and then back-to-back strikeouts by Dickin after, again, like you said, there was 3 stolen bases. One was kind of a strikeout. I think the runner was just trying to draw a throw, the batter runner, going to first base and actually deked the catcher and throwing to first, thinking, okay, maybe I did trap it. And on a throw to first, the runner took third base. So,
fortunately, he was stranded over there.
Yes, which is, it's good pitching, got him out of the inning, but the walk put him in the hole. So now it'll be for the Pirates. It'll be Levi Wells, Lazy Dickin, and Carter Poe trying to get that one lone run back here from Wolfe County. And again, tonight's pitcher is going to be Jaden Holland. He's thrown 16 innings thus far this year with a 2.33 ERA. Pretty good numbers for the young man. I think it's the second best numbers on the team. Their leader is Max Wisman. He probably threw last night's game, I would think, against Estill County, where they lost 8-7. Good contest there.
We'll set the rest of the defense for you real quick. So on the mound, as David said, number 15, Jaden Holland behind the plate. Going to be number 24, Jax Holland over at first base. Number 19, Cam Oliver, second base. Number 5, Slade Freeman. Over at third base, be number 21, Chris Evans. At shortstop, number 34, Max Wisman. Left field, Braden Wilson. Center field, Chance Fallen. And in right field, it will be Jaden Mullins. And here's
Braden
the pitch.
Wilson is behind the plate, Ken. So they've actually switched it. Must be Braden Wilson is actually behind the plate.
Okay.
So that's kind of
They've switched all kinds of things.
Yeah.
Okay, the first pitch was a called strike. The second pitch
close for ball.
was a ball. Get Wells coming in for the Pirates. Not sure where his grounder to second base and throw over to first, and they'll get the out on the 4-3 ground out.
Yeah, I think Levi coming into tonight's play at 136 on the season, but he's starting to just now heat up. Got a rough start, but I think he started out the season over 10. So it just takes a little bit of time to get him back up a little bit. This is one of the hottest hitters on the Pirates, Lacey Dickin.
Pitcher against pitcher. First swing and a pop fly. It's going to be out of play.
Way out of play, actually. What wind is out there is blowing in from left. Help push that ball a bit further out of play.
It's going to hit the old skate park. What happened to the skate park?
I don't know.
Tear it up? I don't know what happened.
I didn't tear it up.
Rain? Vandalism? I don't know.
Sure where it was. Where was it?
Right over here on that concrete.
Oh, okay.
That's what that whole section is over there.
See, I've just never really paid attention to it.
Second
I wasn't
pitch.
going to skate.
You weren't?
No.
Second pitch is going to be a ball 1-1 out of Lacey Dickin.
We might have
Be
found
low.
Landon. Landon might be one of those skate kind of guys. He might have been over there when he was younger.
Now, I would take the chance on some inline skates. Not necessarily a skateboard, but
Neither. I can't
Really?
I can barely walk on my feet. But wheels on me, I'm terrible.
swing and a miss. 2-2. You got bad wheels.
Oh, dude, I'm just old, fat, and can't get around anymore. Just maybe I need wheels.
Maybe you do. We'll get you a Jazzy. Is that what you want?
Yeah, just roll around, do whatever,
Here's the 2-2. Oh, there's a strike. That was
nice hook.
Yep.
Nice.
Ball broke there.
Nice.
Last minute.
Nice late break. Froze him on the break. Caught the inside corner. Good pitch.
Yeah, because at that point it looked like it was well out of the strike zone, right until it literally got there and it was too late to even make a move.
Yeah, I mean, he just froze him on the curveball.
Yeah.
It was just a good pitch.
It was. Now stepping up to the plate for the Pirates, number 3 slot, number 20 Carter Poe, the right fielder, left-handed hitter. Going to get time.
The thing with that breaking ball, it's not like it broke 6 inches. It broke like 3 inches. It was just a good pitch.
Yeah.
Off the plate inside and just caught the corner on the break. Nice little slider.
So 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Powell County with the bases empty at this point. First pitch is going to be a strike.
And I don't think there's any way that Poe was looking for a dead red fastball, but he got one on 0-1.
Yep. On deck will be Ryder Linden, the DH for the Pirates.
Backdoor curveball coming. Slider.
Strike on the outside.
Good call. Oh, that was the 0-1 pitch. That was the 0-2 pitch. The scoreboard was a little off.
Yeah.
That's what I get for trusting the scoreboard.
Yeah. 0-2 now. Here's the pitch. Going to be high for ball 1.
Tell you what, it's got some good hops on the pitch. Good movement on the curveball. Good late movement.
It's an experienced
everything
team as
throws
well.
hard. Yeah.
Experienced team here. A lot of juniors, mostly juniors, a few seniors, a couple of freshmen. But well experienced. Matt Rigsby coached this team last year before moving on to Letcher County Central.
And now Benny Campbell, coaching, longtime softball coach up there at Wolfe County, just does it all.
Here comes the 1-2. I'll foul that one off.
One thing about Benny, whatever he does, he usually does it well. He was a good official. He's still a good official. Still officiates basketball. Did an excellent job with our softball program. Brought it back.
Here's the pitch from Holland, and it's going to be a base hit. Yeah, it's going to get through. Nice job.
Fought that pitch off. That was just
trying to make contact.
trying to stay alive.
Yeah.
And try to fight that breaking ball off, which he did. So gets a base hit up the middle. Brings up Ryder Linden on this season. And he's just kind of found a home here in the last little bit in that cleanup spot. Only batting .214 on the season, but got a ton of upside.
All right, let's see what the Pirates can do here. The number 4 hitter coming up in the lineup. 2 outs, runner over at first. Powell County trailing 1-0 here to Wolfe County.
I don't think I'm running.
No, I'm not going either. Swing and a miss.
And I'm not sure if he throws that pitch again, we're hitting. So, you're going to make something
Well,
happen,
you're exactly right. Again, it looks good.
It's a
and all
good
of sudden
breaking
it
ball.
Yeah, just broke to the outside.
The speed, it's just a hard breaker.
Here's the pitch on the inside.
I tell you what, that wasn't far off the inside.
No.
Again, froze him, broke late or back around the plate.
Yeah, he's got some good action, does Jaden
He
Holland.
does. And it's late action.
Here's the pitch. It's going to be high. 2-1. 2
That's that
balls and 1 strike.
Show me fastball, see if you swing, because all you're going to do is pop that thing up.
Two and 1. Runner over at first. 2 outs. Bottom of the first. Powell County needing to run tight. It's going to be fouled off.
I'd like to see Ryder be able to stay on the ball just a little bit longer. I know he's throwing the ball hard, so it's easy to say that, right?
Yeah.
But that breaker is just he's throwing everything as hard. I mean, his slider's hard, so it's hard to distinguish between the 2 pitches.
Two and 2. Throw over to first. Not sure why they're worried about him.
Had Poe leaning.
I don't really care about him at this point.
Well, he was kind of baiting him over there to throw, and
yeah, but if I'm 2 and 2,
You want your batter to focus,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He's going to throw back over and
Got him.
Yeah, sure did. See out? Safe. No, I guess he's
Well, I guess he didn't
back
call him
safely.
out.
No.
We're going to stay out there.
Yeah. I don't understand the
Faked me.
I don't know. He faked everybody. I thought he motioned that he was out, but I guess not. There's a slow grounder.
Tell you what, tough play.
Yep. Got to get down the line, and they'll get him on the 4-3
He's probably the
ground
only
out.
guy you throw out, right?
Aye, that's probably right. It'll be 3 outs. The Pirates will leave one stranded. We'll take a break here. They're trailing 1-0 here. Wolfe County coming up top of the second.
Mercy Health Markham and Wallace Hospital provides a compassionate, ideal local solution for patients who need additional time to heal and strengthen before going home. The Swing Bed program can be a perfect fit for you if you need rehabilitation after orthopedic surgery or fracture, have suffered a stroke, receive long-term antibiotics, need wound care, or need to regain your strength and mobility. You have a choice in post-hospital care and can receive care right in Estill County. For more information on the Swing Bed program at Mercy Health Markham and Wallace, call Case Management at 606-726-2159.
Hearn Funeral Home has been family-owned since 1939 and is currently under the direction of Hondo Hearn. They have proudly served the families of Powell County and other surrounding counties for over 75 years, helping them to celebrate with compassionate care, dignity, and respect at an affordable price. Contact Hearn Funeral Home for all your pre-planning needs at 606-663-4375.
You're listening to PCSN.
Welcome back here to the Powell County High School. Dave Faulkner along with Ken Simon. Powell County came to the plate in the bottom of the second inning and was able to get a runner on a base hit, strand him on first base with the out on the ground out by Linden to end the inning for Powell County. And then the top of the second inning, it will be Fallen, Freeman, and Holland coming to bat for Wolfe County. Chance Fallen, their leadoff hitter, is batting 194 on the season, 7 RBIs. I'm sorry, I had you muted.
That's all right. That's kind of one of those, like, all right, 194, you got 7 RBIs, you know.
Hey, you're producing when you do hit it, right?
And Lacey Dickin on the mound. I had it.
You almost had it. It almost went through your hole.
Well, that's why you got that right there,
David.
Dave.
Got him up there. That's exactly right. Cayman Asa coming through our little place.
Foul and a strike. But I will give you credit. You didn't even jump or anything.
Not that one. It was all
No.
night. It wasn't at me.
There's a strike.
It was at you.
I was prepared. I was ready to catch it.
Yeah, I'd had to move like 3 feet that way. Almost.
You would have.
Yes, no.
Would have been like when you were back on first base or something, you know, stretching out there to get that one.
Yeah, that was always fun, though.
0-2 the count. Here's the pitch from Dickin. Oh, I thought I'd hit him, but it did not.
Got that hard slider that didn't break much at all, but
it could have been one you could have been hit by the pitch, right? If you'd
I
taken
mean,
advantage of
it would have hurt for a second.
Here's the 1-2. Slow grounder. Oh, high
tough
hop. Trouble. Safe. Yep.
Tough hop.
That was a tough hop.
I hate to give him an error on that play. I think I'll just give him a base hit.
I think it is a base hit. Yeah, I mean, there was not a lot that he could have done about that when he was prepared down low, and then all of a sudden it took a big hop and hit off his chest. He did a nice job of blocking it. But
yeah, that hit right on that, I'll call it a collar, right on the edge of the infield grass. And it just took that overspin hop, and not much he could do with that one.
Now stepping up to the plate in the 7th spot, number 5, Slade Freeman, the second baseman. Runner goes. Throw down to second. And safe, another stolen base.
So game plan
No, don't do that. Ah! We're not moving. I'm not moving.
You can move over, Ken.
Ethan over here, he's, you know.
Yeah, Ken want to be offset of the plate.
I was trying to be nice, setting him up for the next time, and not this time.
Yeah, you can slide over.
I'll slide.
I'll slide you down some. We'll have
Still,
more
he
room at the table.
brought out extra equipment. Wasn't necessary.
Just
one table. It doesn't matter. One table is another table to load up.
Oh, right at his head this time, but it'll advance the runner.
Yep.
Ball on the inside, but the runner will take second on the wild pitch.
So 1-1 count to Freeman. Runner over at third.
I like the station-to-station baseball by the Wolves.
Being aggressive, that's for sure, taking advantage of the opportunities. And they won 8-1 on Saturday. On the inside's going to miss.
Again,
2-1.
Missing in. That's Lacey's typical miss is in. I think he wants to own the inside part of the plate, but you also have to be able to get one on that corner.
Yeah. Here's the 2-1. Foul that one off.
They got your other end. They got the other table with it.
Yeah. 2-2. Jaden Holland, the 8 spot on deck, the pitcher. 2 balls and 2 strikes, nobody out. Wolfe County with a runner over at third. Slade Freeman, the second baseman, up at the plate. Here's the pitch from Dickin. Going to be high, going to miss. Count's going to go full.
Again, we're down the bottom of the order, so these are the guys you need to get out. These are the guys with your weaker batting averages to get back to the top of the order, which is really deadly almost for Wolfe County.
3-2. I'll foul that one off.
Do not want to add a base runner here, so come at him, challenge him with that fastball, throw strikes, make him hit it. If they score a run, they score a run, but you get this batter out.
So you get the strikeout is really what you need.
That's what you want, right?
Here's the 3-2. Going to miss. Going to be a pass ball, and they're easily going to score. Yep, not even going to be close. So Fallon will score. That will send Freeman over to first on the walk. Is that a pass ball or a wild pitch?
I think it's pass ball. That's a ball that you have to can handle. Again, we're at a third string catcher tonight. I'm not going to be too hard on the catcher.
Yeah, not a lot of experience back in there, right?
Yeah.
Now stepping up to the plate is the pitcher for Wolfe County, Jaden Holland. Throw over to first. Can be back safely.
As Carter holds the ball, lets him get up, tries to make him get up with and come off that bag.
2-0 now is your score. Runner at first, still nobody out here. Top of the second. Wolfe County once again in an excellent position here to score some runs. Pitch is going to be low and outside for ball one. That was almost like Dickin tried to place that one almost, right? As opposed to natural throw.
He's overthrowing just a little bit right now. He's trying to keep it from throwing that inside to walk him, and now a little bit too much carry.
Here's the pitch. There's a called strike, 1-1. On deck in the 9 spot, number 34, Max Wisman, the shortstop. On deck. 1-1 the count. Chopper to third. Del Rosario, they'll get one.
Nice play by Jordan Del Rosario at third. Get that lead runner.
Nice job by Halcom as well to cover the bag.
Get another guy that's not out there, have been out there a lot. Bo Begley's been at second all year. Now he finds himself behind the plate. Again, the injury to Miller, who we always love. Drew Miller behind the plate does a great job. And again, the backup Lane Rogers, again, got sick right before the game. So
on the fielder's choice from Del Rosario over to Halcom.
Max Freeman, the shortstop, up to bat now.
Holland over at first.
Batting
Holland,
240 on the season.
Here's the pitch. I'll get another passed ball.
That might have been a little bit harder to handle on that one. I might have to call that one a wild pitch.
So low one outside for ball one. That will advance the runner.
Looked like he was looking inside and crossed him up a touch with the location. So
it's these kind of mistakes, though, that have been costly for the Pirates all season long. Whether it's the passed ball, whether it's a hit batter is going to foul that one off, out of play along the left-hand side.
Good hustle. Trying to get over there with the Dylan Trent and Kane Knox, also going over Jordan Del Rosario. He kind of knew he wasn't going to make it over there. He knew it was out of play.
So 1 ball and 1 strike now to Wisman, the number 9 hitter in the lineup, as we'll head back to the top of the order if he manages to get on base. And or the Pirates avoid a double play, or the Wolves, I should say.
They'll avoid the double play, I would think.
Yeah, they're not necessarily in a position there to do that, but you never can tell. Another
Takes a
foul
line
ball,
drive right at somebody
well out
here
of play.
to double them up.
1 ball and 2 strikes now to Wisman.
Doing a really good job of staying alive at the plate.
Holland over at second. Wolfe County again still leading 2-0. Here's the pitch. It's going to be low. 2-2.
When he is throwing really well, that ball has a lot of move to the inside when his fastball is in. When he tries to throw it on the outside, the ball stays straight longer. So pick your poison if you're Lacey Dickin.
Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. He'll get the strikeout. Nice job for out number 2. Head back to the top of the order where Cam Oliver will lead things off. He walked his first appearance, stolen base.
You know, here's the thing with Oliver. Again, he is such a good hitter. If you do walk this kid, it's not terrible. Again, you have to face another good hitter coming up, but
yeah,
probably not statistically not as good as Oliver.
Scored their first run as well. So, again, that leadoff walk. Back for the score. Pitch is going to be a called strike.
Yeah, Oliver. I don't think Oliver's looking for a fastball down the middle, but got one right there. Looks like it's taken all the way on that first pitch.
So the corners are empty with the runner over at second and Jaden Holland. 2 outs. Long time coming from Dickin. Here's the, it's almost got away from him, didn't it? Nice job behind the plate.
Yes.
By Bagley to
that was
get up
that was Luke Lelouch wild that
yeah.
time almost. That ages me a little bit, right?
Yeah. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Chopper down to third. Long throw to first, and they'll get there. That was a bang-bang play almost, really. So they'll get the ground out over to first for out number 3. They'll leave one stranded. The Wolves will score another run. They'll lead 2-0 here. We'll head to the bottom of the second. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Powell County CSEP Director Kevin Babcock wants you to be prepared.
Like the Lady Pirates and Pirates, we train for success. Do you know your zone? Do you have an emergency plan? Be prepared. Have a disaster kit with water, non-perishable foods, clothes, toiletries, and anything else you may need. For information on how to prepare for an incident, stop by the Emergency Operations Center here in Stanton or contact the local CSEP office at 606-663-7560.
Your health means everything. And every minute matters when an emergency puts your health at risk. That's why it's essential to get the care you need as soon as possible. The emergency department at Clark Regional Medical Center is ready, providing quality care with the peace of mind of a certified chest pain center. Don't make your health wait. Get to the hospital. Clark Regional Medical Center. Learn more at clarkregional.org.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Welcome back here to the Powell County High School. Dave Faulkner along with Ken Simon. We're kind of readjusting ourselves. Ken's way on down the yard over here. So coming up for the Pirates here in the bottom of the second inning will be Kane Knox, Jordan Del Rosario, and Dylan Carter will be coming to bat here for the Pirates.
Powell County trailing 2-0 here. 1 run in each one of the innings. They had 1 hit, which led to that 1 run.
Yeah, in the second inning, I walked the first inning and scored. Got a hit in the second inning. Again, wild pitches, pass balls, and stolen bases were the kind of the culprits so far. So, good baseball as far as playing a small ball, if you will, just to advance a run at a time, either stolen base or via the wild pitch, pass ball. It's been effective for the Wolves thus far, and they have put 2 on the board against the Pirates. Kay Knox, again, to the plate.
The left fielder tonight. Last time we saw him, he was in right field. There's a strike.
Dead red fastball. Now expect the slider, I would think. Milestone for Kane. Again, last time out, as far as on the mound, was got his 100th career strikeout. So congratulations to Kane for that accomplishment.
Pitch is going to miss. I feel like I'm in right field now. I'm in the Wolves dugout.
You're offset.
Yeah.
I'm right behind I like it right where I'm at. I like right behind the plate.
Well, I can't see the umpires blocking my view,
I
you
do
know,
understand.
from where I'm at, and I can't see really where it's.
I'm just guessing where the plate is.
Last pitch was a ball. 2-1 now to Kane Knox. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. You can see.
You have to trust your stuff when you throw that 2-1 slider, and he did that time right down the pipe. No way Kane was looking for that pitch.
2-2. Getting on the mound, Jaden Holland for Wolfe County. Here's the pitch. Foul that one off along the first base side, out of play.
Good job protecting that time by Kane. Fight it off and plan on fighting another day, right?
Yeah. Here comes the 2-2. I'll foul that one off to stay alive. The Pirates trailing 2-0 here. So we're heading to the bottom of the second inning. Kane Knox, Jordan Del Rosario, and Dylan Carter set to come up to the plate here in this inning. The first three batters in the inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and he'll get the strikeout. Out number one.
Give him that high heater. And to me, I think where Kane has his hands to start the at-bat, when you throw that high fastball right there, there's no way you can catch up with that pitch.
No, we talked about that even the other day. He's basically holds the bat up, and then as it's the delivery, he leans it back, and then he steps into it, and that split second is enough that you
he doesn't have a lot of movement, but where the hands start, it's really hard to catch up that high pitch.
Now Jordan Del Rosario, the third baseman, up the plate for the Pirates. Here's the pitch from Holland, called strike.
Right down Broadway again on that first pitch. These guys are going to have to start hacking it. Pitch number uno.
I'm kind of surprised because we saw that early on, right? You know, when the earlier games that we saw, they were taking advantage of that, finding some success.
Yeah,
it's going to be low.
This kid has got a really nice slider, so you want to stay away from it for sure. So the best way to do that is anticipate that first pitch fastball to get ahead. Now, every batter doesn't see the first pitch fastball, but most have.
There's the 1-1, and it's going to be high. Backed him out.
That was a slider that didn't break. It was a little backup slider that time. Stayed fairly straight. And Del Rosario come out with 2-1 count here.
One out. Again, bottom of the second here. Powell County up at the plate, playing host to Wolfe County. There's a shot, and it's going to go over the second baseman's head. And he'll have a single to right field.
Well, I will say one thing about that hit. That was a bullet over the second baseman's head that time. What I liked about that hit, though, by Jordan, he didn't try to pull it. He just tried to hit it hard that way, and that's just, to me, good hitting. I like to see a player do that.
Now stepping up to the plate, first baseman number 1, Dylan Carter.
Like to see him get hot.
Yeah, he could use it, right? Here's the pitch. Grounder.
Tough play.
They got one.
I'm not sure they got one.
And safe.
Out was the call, but I'm not sure he got him at second base. I don't think he was on the bag, but that's the call.
I thought they were off target, but the fielder's choice. So it's going to be a 6-4 for out number 2 on Del Rosario.
5-4 at third base.
Or excuse me, 5-4, yep. And then on the fielder's choice, Carter will reach over to first, bring up the shortstop in the 8th spot, number 4, Dylan Trent. The pitch from Holland, swing and a miss.
Okay, he changed it up that time to get the first pitch, and he got the slider. We started swinging at it, and what do you get? You must have heard us talking a little bit about that and changed it up.
Yeah, probably. Sending in the signals, right?
Yeah.
Here's the 0-1. Gonna miss.
Again, you can't throw every first batter the first pitch fastball unless you just got a dominant fastball.
Yeah.
You do have to mix it up, and they've done a good job. That's the second batter. I believe they started out with a slider.
1-1 with 2 outs. Dylan Carter over at first. Powell County trailing 2-0, and a late swing, strike 2.
That's the beauty of starting out with a slider, though. The change of speed when you throw that fastball, you can't catch up with it.
1-2. So far, Jaden Holland really doing a nice job on the mound. Just those 2 hits. Chopper going to be fouled.
I see why he's been successful on the season with that low 2.33 ERA. I just don't think you're going to get a lot of solid contact out of him unless you're just hitting that fastball.
1-2. Again, Dylan Trent up at the plate. Holland set. Here's the pitch home. Swing and a miss. We'll get 2 strikeouts in the inning. Pirates will leave 1 stranded. Still trailing 2-0. We'll head to the top of the 3rd. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
The Powell County Sports Network would like to thank their sponsors and encourage you to choose businesses and organizations that support the broadcast of our young athletes, including our platinum sponsors, Uniquely Kentucky, Whitaker Bank, and Just Know You're Taken Care of Wherever Life Takes You, CG Bank. Our gold sponsors, Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital, Friends and Family Caring for Friends and Family, Powell County CSEP, encouraging you to be prepared and have an emergency plan, Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings. Our silver sponsors, Hearn Funeral Home since 1939, Clark Regional Medical Center, care closer to home, Toyota South, exceptional customer service since 1915, Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, quality care that offers recovery and hope, Stanton Ace Hardware, the helpful place, Powell County Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Our bronze sponsors, security and control from anywhere, Protect Security and Fire Systems, people serving people since 1912, People's Exchange Bank, helping families connect, honor, and remember, Wells Funeral Home, new items in stock, Allen's Hardware in Clay City, gifts and more, The Candle Hutch, U.S.-based GTX Manufacturing. They love Pirate sports, so let's love them back.
And welcome back here to the Powell County High School. This is Dave Faulkner along with Ken Simon. Again, beautiful evening here. A little bit breezy, brings the cool in. Other than that, it is a beautiful day for baseball here in the spring of prom week for the Powell County Pirates. Right, Landon? Prom week. He's excited.
Week, yeah.
You know, he's not going. That's right. He's excited. He's got a weekend off.
I was impressed with Ethan. He didn't even move on that one. Did you see that?
Oh, Ethan, you know.
Yeah, the ball came right back there and hit off the backstop. He didn't even move.
Yeah, I had my jitters at the
used to it at
softball
this
game
point.
last week, so we'll see.
He's just
tomorrow
eating. He's just eating.
Wasn't going to say I wasn't going to call him out. Coming to plate here for Wolfe County, Chris Evans, ground out to second baseman last time up. Be nice to get a first batter out.
Yeah, both batters that have been on the lead off have been on base and have gotten a run across. There's a called strike. On deck, Jaden Mullins, and in the 3 spot here in the inning, Braden Wilson. Lacey Dickin on the mound for the Pirates. Bo Begley behind the plate. Here's the pitch.
Waved at the slider
Yeah.
that time. Nice off-speed pitch by Lacey. When you show that fastball and come up with off speed, it's just hard to hit.
0-2 now to Evans. Here's the pitch. Gonna miss. Oh, actually, he swung at it. And they'll get the strikeout.
It didn't catch dirt that time, so a nice 1-3 or 2-3 put out on the swinging strike. I was listening to some baseball announcers last night, and I 100% agree. Changeup can be one of the best pitches in baseball or softball, whatever you're playing. I just love a changeup. But to start the changeup, you have to have the fastball to go with it. So it's probably one of the most unhittable pitches if you have a good one that can really throw some people off.
Jaden Mullins up at the plate. He had a single, 2 stolen bases, and was stranded over at third, his first plate appearance. First pitch is a ball. Here's the 1-0. Gonna miss. 2-0. Yeah, Lacey Dickin on the mound is kind of struggling at this point, right? Doesn't necessarily seem to be having his good stuff that we would normally see.
You know, I think part of it may be that he doesn't have his normal battery mate behind the plate. I'm not going to blame Begley on that. I just think that he's had a couple wild pitches or fastballs that maybe Miller would have played, and you really can't be afraid to throw there. Now you got 3-0 count here on Moland.
Here's the pitch. There's a called strike.
And now see what that used to get you, that couple steps to first base on the umpire on the pitch was looked like right down the middle.
Yeah.
Probably gets the pitcher the next close call. That was at least what my umpiring tendencies were back in the day.
3-1. Take the count full.
Come back, same pitch, good pitch for strike 2.
You know, even going back to Begley behind the plate, you're exactly right. Sometimes, though, the way somebody even frames it up, right, the catcher, or even the way that they crouch down, right, in their stance. Any little nuances like
everything,
that.
every bit of that is part of the catching, which is also part of the comfort.
There's a
of the
base
pitcher.
hit, sharp hit down the third base line. Going to get a single out of it.
Tell you what, it's a long single, but good they hold him to that. Kane Knox did a good job of getting over to the ball. That was down the line, throwing it in. Also a good thing you got a good arm when you're out there in left field.
Yeah, and Del Rosario barely even moved on that one. That's how sharply hit it was. It was by him before he was even able to react.
Makes what you see in Major League Baseball amazing. Those guys, some of those get a glove on that ball, you know.
Now stepping up to the plate, number 2, Braden Wilson. Struck out his first plate appearance. 1 out here, top of the third. Wolfe County leading Powell County 2-0. First pitch is a strike.
I tell you what, I really like this guy's setup. I like his stance. I like the way he's open to the ball, and he takes a really good hack at it. I just like that open stance approach. If you don't bail on the pitch.
I think it gives you a little bit more power as well. To me, when you're high pitch, throw down, it's going to be easily a stolen
Ball got
base.
away a little bit that time. Trent retrieved it out in just beyond in the grass. So another stolen base. Again, Wolfe County really putting the pressure on the Pirates that time. Powell County had the pitch out called. It just not the same.
Yeah, 1-1 now is the count with 1 out. Again, another runner in scoring position for the Wolves. Dickin continues to look back and, yeah, that is, yeah.
It is.
Sure enough. They're going to let him go, yeah, as they should.
Yeah, that's on Dickin.
That is on Dickin because the umpire did not call time, even though Wilson was looking to call time.
The umpire does not have to grant time to the player. So Dickin has got to go ahead and throw that ball, even though the player's got his hand up.
Correct. Yep. Here's the pitch. Another pass ball, and they're going to easily score the run. So the balk and then the wild pitch.
Tough one. I may have to give a pass ball on that one again myself just for scoring purposes. But, again, I'll set up by and Frank's going to go out and have a conversation with Lacey here.
Should.
And I think it's a good time to do this.
Agreed.
But, you know, when you have the balk play, the umpire wasn't going to give him time on that one because it was too late. And really he didn't make it verbal. He just put the hand up.
Right.
And when that happens and the pitcher recognizes that, he's got to go in and come through with the pitch. That's the best time to throw one because he's not going to hit it. But he got caught up and saw the hand and stopped his delivery. Cost him that base, which cost him that run. So, you know, you still got out of this inning with maybe a strikeout and whatever happens. But now you got the bases clear. Let's refocus, be down 3, and don't go any deeper.
Right. So at this point, the bases are empty for Wolfe County. And Braden Wilson, again, up the plate. 2-1 is your pitch count with 1 out. Here's the pitch. There's a called strike. And even the count at 2-2 on deck. Jax Holland
has a friendly strike that time. But it probably was close. The catcher was, again, probably didn't throw it exactly where he wanted it.
Gonna get time.
Make sure his hips are going to work when he turns on this inside pitch.
Yeah. Is that what the pitch is? Going to be on the inside?
Well, that's where he's set up.
Yeah. 2-2.
Now, that's the thing. If you're going to set up there, you need to throw it there. Don't cross up the catcher or the pitch.
Yeah, this is very uncharacteristic of us seeing Lacey Dickin pitch so far, right? Things not necessarily going his way on his delivery. Right up the middle, and that's going to get through.
Now, the only thing I will say now at this point was now you can't worry about the other because they're going to probably score anyway on that base hit. So,
I would agree with that.
You know,
yeah. May have been a play at the plate, maybe.
Well, I mean, you might not send him right there home, but
Yeah.
your worst case scenario is it's a first and third situation. Be a courtesy runner coming in. It'll be Cam Holland, who'll be running for the catcher, Wilson.
Now stepping up to the plate, number 24, Jax Holland struck out his first plate appearance. Actually, Wilson struck out, and now he's ended up getting that single. A bunt right back to the pitcher. Throw to first, and they'll get the out. That was closer than it should have been, right?
You don't get in a hurry.
Yeah, they definitely didn't do that.
I mean, I understand, but
2 outs as Holland will go over to second on the fielder's choice.
So now you're back to Faulkner, who got on a strikeout pass ball, right? No, he scored on a pass ball earlier. How'd he
Yeah,
get
he
on?
got a
base
single.
hit.
Yeah, he got a single, then a stolen base, advanced on a wild pitch. And the eventual run score. First pitch is going to be a ball. 2 outs, runner at second. Wolfe County leading now 3-0, 1 run in each inning. A miss on the outside, 2-0.
You know, and here's the thing with that miss. You talked about framing earlier. When you're set up on the inside and you throw it to the outside and you're not set up there, it's hard to get that call.
Yeah. Here's the pitch. It'll be low. It'll make it 3-0.
You do have a base open, so it's really kind of no harm, no foul, except you get back to top of the lineup quicker when you do this.
I don't know if they're how well or close they're tracking pitches.
Well, they have to track pitches.
Well, I mean, as far as like where his pitch count may or may not be, he's going to give up the walk.
Well, that's what they go by now is pitch count. You have to have their pitches added up. That's what the number of days is based on is pitch count.
Well, I mean, what I'm trying to, my point is in the
Yes.
in the sense as far as like when you're going to make a potential change, right? You know, you're going to
There's
let
no activity. I mean,
right?
you can throw
There's
whatever
not.
you want, but it just limits you for the rest of the week. And I don't think they play Thursday, Friday or Saturday. So really, this is it for him anyway.
Foul ball down
So
the
he
right
can
field line.
Go as long as he wants to tonight. Now, would you do that if you're down in the game 3 or 4 runs and you bring somebody else in and preserve? But for the week, he's not going to pitch anymore this week anyway. They've got a game tomorrow night, and then they'll be off until Monday.
There's a called strike. Take the count 0-2 to Slade Freeman against the second baseman. He walked and then was forced out over at second on a double play attempt. Swing and a miss. And they'll get the strikeout for out number 3. They'll get another run. They'll leave one stranded. We'll take another break. Powell County coming up to the plate, trailing 3-0. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Thinking about buying a home, starting a business, or tackling a renovation? Whitaker Bank is here to help you make it happen. This is David Johnson, and I'm the senior commercial lender at Whitaker Bank in Stanton. We understand that every financial decision is personal. That's why we offer expert guidance tailored to your needs. Let's find the right solution for you. Call me today at 606-663-2283, and let's take the next step together. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hey, I'm Wyatt Denniston, owner of Stanton Ace Hardware. At Ace, we are known for being the helpful place, and we pride ourselves on accomplishing that goal each day with each customer. We are constantly working on expanding our rental department, now including skid steers, mini excavators, mini skid steers with ditch witch and auger attachments. We also have delivery options available. Shop local, save money, and get quality products from people who love this community. We are Stanton Ace Hardware, supporting the broadcast of our Powell County Pirates.
You're listening to PCSN.
And welcome back to our broadcast of Powell County Baseball here tonight, here at the Powell County High School, Stanton City Park, Charles Childers Field. All the different names we've got going on tonight. Again, we heard from our sponsors, and I'd like to thank all of our sponsors who help us out here on our coverages this season and at WSKV. And again, if you'd like to join our sports team, just give them a call there at the studio and try to get added to the sports team and package and get on board for next year.
Yep. Not too early for that, just for the record.
Anytime we'll take it. Begley, Halcomb, or Begley Wells. Yes.
Yeah, Begley Wells Dickin.
I was making sure my extra player doesn't bat here.
Number 9 hitter in the lineup for the Pirates. Swing
Good cut.
and a miss to Begley.
That was probably one of the better cuts of the night so far by the Pirates.
First plate appearance. Winning swung at the first pitch. Third baseman is in on the grass. There's a called strike.
And he takes the next pitch right down Broadway.
That's where, to me, you almost have to expect that fastball, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm ready on that one, that second pitch after that first strike. Oh, nice play by the first baseman, Cam Oliver. Caught that one on the line drive. That was really low. Nice play with the unassisted out.
Bring up Wells back to the plate. Frank's pitcher does some coaching over at first base. Looked like Coach Robinson not here tonight, I don't think. So Frank taking over the duties back at first base. Coach Begley coaching at third.
And they're going
We
to
have a
get time
timeout by Mr. Wells. I think Levi just called time just because.
I would agree with that because I'm thinking you literally just stepped into the box and, there's a strike.
And then here, what you give for a calling timeout on me, buddy? You get the little curveball.
Yeah. It's a good comeback, wasn't it? Going to jam him. I'm kind of surprised he swung at that one on the hands. Go down on the count 0-2. Levi Wells.
If you're that early on the fastball, you should expect the off speed here.
Yep, grounded out to second base to lead off the game for the Pirates.
And he gets the fastball.
And not going to get there.
Good effort.
Yeah, nice effort
catcher.
that time by Wilson. Count remains 0-2. One out. Powell County trailing 3-0 to the Wolfe County Wolves. They just played on Saturday, where Wolfe County won 8-1. Max Wisman was on the mound, pitched a complete game. I think there was only 2 or 3 hits, maybe.
Yeah, and he's their, well, it looks to be their
Like
ace
11,
as far as by the
11
numbers.
strikeouts.
I didn't think he went on that one. That's the call by the umpire. That's all that matters.
Well, that's what you give for stepping out of the box.
Yeah.
You know.
Umpire gets you too, huh?
Yeah. Now stepping up to the plate, Lacey Dickin.
But did get him on that little hook that time and on the check swing.
4 strikeouts so far for Jaden Holland. Again, the pitcher for Wolfe County. Here's the pitch. Gonna be high to.
Yeah, but we have only made weak contact. When we made it, the only difference is the at bat by Del Rosario, who had the line drive over second base. That's the play. Definitely the hardest hit ball by the Pirates.
Here's the 1-0. 2-0. Maybe the first time he's down in the count like that.
First time I believe he's been 2-0.
Yeah. Starting to tear up, David.
I've already done it on my end.
It's the 2-0. On the inside, it's going to make it 3-0. It's crazy how the sun, just kind of glaring right at us here, just cause you to get those tears. They're not crocodile tears, though. There's a strike.
Yeah, see, every bit of his body was backing away from that because it looks at eye level like the fastball, and it just breaks over the middle of the plate.
3-1, bases empty with 2 outs. And
no chance. His whole body is
strike 2.
pulling off the ball. He has no chance to hit this pitch if he throws another curveball.
Nope. I come right back with it. And he'll do it. So he'll get back-to-back strikeouts. Pirates will come up empty, still trailing 3-0. We'll take another break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Attention Appalachia, looking for the hottest deals on the latest smartphones? There's only one real choice, and that's Appalachian Wireless. Right now, you can save big on today's top devices with our amazing limited-time offers. Switch today and enjoy our unbeatable savings, nationwide coverage with some good old hometown service you can trust. Don't wait, these deals won't last forever. Visit us at your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us online at AppalachianWireless.com because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
You deserve a bank that truly values you. At People's Exchange Bank, they pride themselves on providing personalized service that other banks just can't match. Whether you're needing a checking account, a home loan, or financial advice, our team of local professionals have you covered. Visit 53 East Pendleton Street in Stanton or visit them online at pebank.com. Join their family of satisfied customers today and experience the hometown difference at People's Exchange Bank, where banking is about you. People's Exchange Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Again, welcome back here to the Powell County High School. Getting ready to go into the top of the fourth inning, and the Wolfe County Wolves will be coming to bat. It'll be the 8-9-1 hitters for the Wolves. Mr. Christie just came over and said over at the softball complex in the first inning, Powell County 4, Menifee County 2. Also, the FBLA folks are making it back from state competition where I know at least Josie McClure won 4 states, right? Is that right? 4? And then a couple other folks got some wins as well. Everybody was on her team. I know got the win. I think it was who am I thinking of, Landon? Avery. Yes, Lynn. Avery Lynn. And there's another member of that group. But again, a bunch of different awards from FBLA qualifying for the Nationals. So congratulations to our FBLA teams.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Good stuff.
Okay, now coming up to the plate for Wolfe County, the pitcher, Jaden Holland. He's number 8 hitter on the lineup, followed by the number 9, Max Wisman, before we head back up. Going to make contact with it, and again,
it's a tough one.
That was.
It's a tough one.
So
if it's going to go any direction for Lacey tonight, that's the way it goes with the first batter. It doesn't matter, but
yeah,
that one was going to be that's the play you have to be coming in on and just kind of gambling barehanded and make a throw at the same time. And if you get them, you get them. If you don't, I mean, they're just going to beat it out 9 times out of 10 on that play.
So a leadoff hitter over at first. Max Wisman, the shortstop, coming up to the plate, struck out his first plate appearance. Squares around like he's going to bunt, and the runner does not go, and the pitch is on the inside.
What's your location when you square? Inside, right? That's where you throw the ball.
Again, squaring around like he's going to bunt. There's the pitch. He pulls it back, and the runner does go, and nope, not going to get there.
I don't know that he got enough information on that one as far as really nobody really let him know they were going. Slow to get up that time.
No,
but somebody with a left-handed batter, there's no way he can see that runner taking that jump, and I really didn't hear anybody say going on the pitch. So
nope, lack of communication. That's not a good sign. 2-0.
Somebody's got to let that catcher know. Again,
2-1.
We're at our third string catcher. We had to berate this issue, but it is what it is. But the communication should still say the same.
Regardless.
Right.
Right. Yeah, somebody needs to be talking. 2-1.
Nice pitch.
Make it 2-2.
Now, it's very unlikely that he's still bunting, but you know what? Here's the bottom of the order. It's still not a terrible play.
No.
It's depending on how you trust this kid to hit or not.
There's the 2-2. And he went.
Not sure he went, but we'll take the strikeout.
Well, that's 2 right? At this point, they were quite. I didn't
One of
think
both
he
teams,
went.
right? Yeah.
I didn't think he went.
No.
I thought that he kind of started his movement and then pulled back, but
Yes, I thought the same.
there wasn't enough action going across the plate.
It's just like Wells. I didn't think Wells went either earlier for the Pirates, but about the same amount of movement for both teams, so I guess we're even.
That's one way of looking at it, right?
Yeah.
Now we'll head back up to the top of the order. Number 19, the first baseman, Cam Oliver, made a nice play over at first. Gonna foul that one off for strike one. So runner at second for the Wolves with one out, leading 3-0 here against the Powell County Pirates, top of the fourth. The way the board is looking, they should score a run, right? You know, keep those ones up there for the Wolfe County.
High curveball that time, or high spinner. Not a lot of action on that pitch.
1-1. Pirates having their struggles this year, that's for sure. And this game is almost indicative of the way that they've kind of played as the season has progressed.
Well, I mean, tonight, I will have to say this tonight, they're really seeing some good pitching from Wolfe County.
Oh, absolutely, sure.
Tonight. So, I mean, their hitting has been a little off, but this kid's really throwing some good stuff in here tonight. I give him a pass on tonight thus far.
2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, runner at second. Lacey Dickon on the mound. Here's the pitch. There's a chopper to shortstop. Long throw to first, and they'll get the 6-3.
That's the right play, too. And you're talking about a guy that's just getting out there at shortstop and kind of learning the position with Dylan Trent. Yeah, he could have came to third and taken a gamble on that play, or I could take the sure out at first to make sure we got 2 outs. I like the play there by Trent to get the sure out at first base.
I would agree with that. Now stepping up to the plate, Chris Evans, the third baseman. Grounded out and struck out. Here's the pitch. And the runner's going to go, and unbelievable.
Well, this time, if Dickon gets off the mound, though.
That was my unbelievable comment. He didn't even run in. That potentially would have been a play at the plate.
The only chance you have is get the hard bounce back to the catcher, and that they got one. And that time, Dickon just didn't get in there to cover.
My apologies to the Pirate fans for saying that they're probably going to score a run, and they did.
Well, I mean, they've done
kind of like missing a free throw or something. They shoot 90% from the free throw line, and then they'll miss.
It hasn't mattered thus far. It's been they've got 2 hits and scored, or 3 hits on the leadoff batter and a walk, and everybody has scored. But it's basically been move them over or wild pitch them over, and they come in on just nothing. And they really haven't driven a ball in. They haven't. They got the 1 RBI single, I guess, by Mullen. Other than that, they've all been stealing the base, moving on a hit ball behind somebody else or a wild pitch, and then they have scored on 2 wild pitches thus far.
Pitch.
We're making
a miss.
It looked like a pretty good pitch to me, but
I have it 2-2.
Yeah, we know we can't depend on the scoreboard, right?
No. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, unofficially according to me. Gonna miss.
Going 3/4 on that pitch.
Yep. And take the count full. Yep, full count. The bases are empty. Powell County now trailing 4-0. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. He'll get the strikeout and give up another run. Wolfe County again will lead 4-0 here. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Powell County CSEP Director Kevin Babcock wants you to be prepared.
Like the Lady Pirates and Pirates, we train for success. Do you know your zone? Do you have an emergency plan? Be prepared. Have a disaster kit with water, non-perishable foods, clothes, toiletries, and anything else you may need. For information on how to prepare for an incident, stop by the Emergency Operations Center here in Stanton or contact the local CSEP office at 606-663-7560.
Toyota South in Richmond is moving forward. Family owned and operated since 1915. Meet General Manager Charlie Johnson.
As a native of Powell County, I would like to personally invite you to take the short drive to Toyota South in Richmond. Between Toyota South and our 5 other dealerships, we keep around 600 used cars, trucks, and sport utility vehicles. So, regardless of what you're looking for in a used vehicle, chances are we have it, and as General Manager of Toyota South, I will make your short drive well worth your time. Come see me soon at Toyota South in Richmond.
Toyota South in Richmond. Online at toyotasouth.com or call their friendly staff at 877-605-4326.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
And welcome back here to the Powell County High School. We are in the bottom of the fourth inning, trailing Wolfe County 4-0, and really have not even earned the sweat of the pitcher for Wolfe County. That is, tonight it is
Jaden
Holland. Has really shown me some stuff. This kid can throw the ball.
Yeah, 7 strikeouts so far for him.
Yeah, and it's not been like hard. He has got a good fastball, really live action. His slider is just thrown off that fastball. I haven't seen really, I don't think he's thrown any other pitches, but maybe a changeup one time. Other than that, he's just really spotting his fastball well, and his slider has just been almost unhittable.
Now stepping up to the plate, the right fielder, Carter Poe, number 20.
Again, perfect location on the first pitch fastball right there.
He had a single his first plate appearance, and see if he can get something started, even though he was the third hitter in the lineup. Gonna miss. 1-1 is the count.
Let's go just a touch off through the first pitch. Throw it out there a little bit farther so we can get a chase. Carter doesn't chase, and it was a little bit outside.
Ryder Linden, then Kane Knox to follow for the Pirates here. Bottom of the fourth, trailing 4-0. Here's the pitch. Got the third base line for a foul ball.
That's the first one I have seen him throw that actually looked like it's going to have a little bit of tail action on it. That pitch outside, it got a little bit further away from Poe than he thought it was going to.
1-2. They're going to get time.
And Wolfe County's okay with that. They want a new pitch anyway.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Getting the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the fourth. Here's the pitch to Poe. Going to be high. Even the count at 2-2. Pirates need some runs.
Got to get some base runners
Yep.
first, right?
Foul that one off, out of play back here behind us to the left.
That's good contact that time with that slider, though.
Yeah.
We haven't seen a lot of people been able to even do that. So, should be Carter starting to see the ball a little bit.
2-2. Gonna get time again.
See, if they're MLB, you only get one timeout per at
I
bat.
don't like that. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that any more than I am the pitch clock.
Well, I do
get
think
that they want
I
to
do
speed
think
up
that it
the
does
game,
get the game
but-
going. It
Does, but
makes
at
it
the
easier to watch.
Well, you think?
Yeah,
See, to
I
me,
do.
I think sometimes like it's just you're there to enjoy it, right? It's kind of stretching it. It's one thing if you're watching on TV, I get that, but like if I'm there, I don't care if it takes 3 hours.
Yep.
I'm there to enjoy the game and.
No, I'm with you,
They'll
but
give
it's
up the
still it's not like they've got a really quick play clock. College ball is a little bit quicker than the MLB.
True.
But,
Yeah.
and they're getting it with plenty of time. I mean, there's no need to sweat the small things.
Now stepping up to the plate for the Pirates, the DH, number 17, Ryder Linden, grounded out his first plate appearance to a slow roller to second base. He's squaring around like he's going to bunt. And it's going to be a passed ball, and Poe will easily go to second.
Well, this time we'll have to say we take a page out of their book. We're going to, but then again, you may. Here's the thing: when you're down 4, it kind of changes some things up for you. You want to go. You need to go for the big inning to try to come back.
Yeah.
Or you try to score at least one here and try to do it next couple innings.
First pitch was a ball, obviously, as it went by the catcher. Here's the pitch. Oh, I don't know what he was swinging at there.
Swinging at the fastball that didn't come, right?
No, it did not. It's going to even the count at 1-1, but that's going to send Poe. Another pass ball? Is it back-to-back pass balls?
That was a wild pitch on that one.
Okay.
That one hit dirt before he got to the catcher. So I gave him both wild pitches.
Here's a pitch, swing and a miss.
At the fastball. See, when you've seen 2 straight curveballs and you throw the fastball, it's so hard to catch up with that thing. That's why the changes of speed is so good. He's actually changed eye level as well, so a lot of good things going on with this pitcher.
1-2 to Ryder Linden. Here's the pitch from Holland. There's a
right
strike.
down the middle.
Yeah, that was not one to sit back and take, that's for sure. Now stepping up to the plate for the Pirates, left fielder number 9, Kane Knox, struck out his first plate appearance.
I mean, all you want to know that last batter with Linden, just put something in place somewhere and try to get that run in. You wouldn't think Wolfe County would be trying to get the runner anyway at the plate.
Yep, runner over at third for the Pirates with 1 out. Nice job by Knox.
Step to it there, Kane. He's stepping out a little bit, so.
1-0 with 1 out here, bottom of the 4th. Wolfe County leading 4-0. Powell County with the runner in scoring position. Pop fly. Foul territory, and it's going to go into the bullpen.
That's one of those balls where if you're Oliver, if you do catch that ball at first base down the line, that's probably a ball that you could score on, I would think, or get close to scoring. Powell County is in a position now where you almost have to gamble and try to send that runner.
Depending on his arm, right?
I mean, it's only about a 130-foot throw. I know he's got that kind of an arm to turn and throw, but he would have been at an awkward angle. It would have been a tough play.
So 1-1 to Knox, and he tried to square around and bunt that one. It's going to be fouled off for strike 2. 1-2 now. Jordan Del Rosario on deck for the Pirates. Knox, the number 5 hitter in the lineup. Here's the pitch. 2-2.
It's a good pitch, good waist pitch there. 1-2, go high.
Yeah, see a little chase.
Yep.
2-2.
Now come back with the slider probably.
Here's the pitch from Holland. Grounder to the shortstop. Knocks over there and play at the plate, and he'll slide in safely. I'm surprised that it was as close as it was, kind of. But Knox will be safe over at first.
Yeah, pulled him off the bag on the throw, so that was an error on the shortstop on the throw. Allowed Knox to reach. And the play at the plate really scored almost on like a fielder's choice.
Yeah.
But to me, they were never coming home anyway. I mean, to me, it's almost a contact play you go, but worked out well for the Pirates. They got the run in, replaced him with a runner on first base, and we'll see if we can keep it going with Del Rosario. He's got the only hit, or not the only hit, but he's got one of the 2 hits thus far by the Pirates.
Carter Poe had one back in the first inning. Squaring around like he's going to bunt. The runner goes. It was a ball and in there safely. Nice job by Knox to get the stolen base. A nice job by Del Rosario to lay off of that one.
So a little fake bunt action by the Pirates just to move the runner to second. Get back and trying to do to the Wolves what the Wolves have done to them all night long, right?
Yeah. See if they can get another run across. Here's the pitch. And he's going to foul that one off.
Now, he's a kid here they could put one out of here if he makes good contact and make it a 1-run game, but
not so
kept
sure.
the bunt on right there.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
You already got the runner.
That was the call.
It looked like it was. I mean, to me, you already got the runner in scoring position now. There's no need in bunting here.
No, and he got a base hit, his first plate appearance. I don't know why with
that's why we're not coaching.
Scenario, and Holland will step off the rubber and reset. 1-1 is the count with 1 out. Powell County trailing now 4-1. Kane Knox over at second. Gonna miss. 2-1.
Right at the head that time. Jordan said, I'm going to get out of the way just a touch here.
Yep, little head hunting.
Now it's harder to stand in there.
2-1. Here's the pitch.
Oh.
There's a strike.
see, and I don't think that one was a strike. I think that was inside.
It looked inside from my angle.
And where the catcher caught it might have been across the plate, but that's not what you call. I think that was just a pitch inside.
2-2. Need a base hit. Long time coming, and he'll get the time. Almost the same scenario that time with Holland making that motion. That's so hard when you're a pitcher to make that motion, right, where you're thinking you're going to release it. Back here behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Fouled off. That remains 2-2. What are you throwing here? I'm going with the
high fastball.
Get him to chase after it. Here's the 2-2. Pop fly in the infield. It's going to be trouble. And actually
dropped.
Yep,
down.
Dropped. It came down.
So is that, I don't know. I couldn't tell. Was it hit?
Yeah, I feel like it is. It's kind of in no man's land for the second baseman and the shortstop, and the center fielder had to come a long way, and I'm not quite sure that he was tracked it.
Well, Knox was almost to third base.
Yeah, right.
He had to scamper back, and then the ball hits the ground. So he wouldn't have got the second base anyway if he stays close to the bag and tried to tag up. He couldn't have got the third anyway. So
now stepping up to the plate is Dylan Carter. Reached on a fielder's choice. Gonna miss for a ball.
Now this time is a little bit of a sweep on this pitch, more of a curveball than a slider. That means that the slider's hanging a touch right now, so maybe getting a little tired out there. Yeah, we're in the bottom of the fourth.
Yep. Pirates with runners on first and second with one out. And a miss, ball 2.
Again, up.
And Dylan Carter, the first baseman up at the plate. 0-2. Or 2-0, sorry, 2-0. Holland set. Here's the pitch. There's a grounder. Is going to get through. Nope. Second baseman, he's going to be safe at first. Just a little bit of a hesitation that time by the second baseman for Wolfe County. I don't know if he thought Knox was going to come home and he was going to make a play at the plate or what, but it was just enough hesitation. I don't know if he obviously realized that Dylan Carter.
You just have to turn and get the play at first base. You're up
correct,
3.
Bottom line.
There's one out. I'm getting the play at first. Do whatever you want to, runners.
Yeah, exactly.
And we're getting the out. But the hesitation cost him, I guess it'd be a base hit.
Yep.
Maybe a mental error at the most.
He was deep, on the edge of the grass there, the dirt and the grass. Stepping up to the plate, Dylan Trent, shortstop for the Pirates. First pitch is going to be a ball.
Trent doesn't have much of a batting average, 125. Here's a kid, it's hard to put the squeeze on with bases loaded, but.
Bases loaded, one out. Late swing for a strike. It's actually how he struck out his first plate appearance. Swung at a.
That's a good pitch, though, for me of a batter. If I got a runner on third, that's a good pitch to try and get the ball in the air.
It's a little bit too late on his swing. Here's the 1-1. And he's going to get the bunt down. 1 run will score. The throw to first, they'll get it, but the squeeze was on, David.
It's I felt that's the play. And everybody advanced. So a great play there by Trent to get the bunt down. And Knox was no chance he was going to be out.
No, not even close. And a really nice job by Trent to actually get that down and keep it in fair territory.
Yeah. it was – he's coming so much there, the pitcher. He just steps back. Kane's dead at the plate. But
yeah. Bo Begley now up, and there's a shot to right field, and it will be caught.
All right, nonetheless.
So the fly ball to right field for 3 outs, but Pirates will get 2 runs across. They'll trail 4-2. We'll head to the top of the 5th here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Thinking about buying your first home? Maybe it's time for a remodel or a new investment property. This is Diane Meadows. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Stanton. With personalized service and local expertise, I am here to help you explore the options that make the most sense for you now and for the future. Call me at 606-663-3618 today, and let's make your dreams a reality. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The Candle Hutch Gifts and More is your local shop for unique and fantastic smelling country and upscale items. They carry all the scents of quality candleberry candles, meaningful Demdeco willow tree figurines for any occasion, and a quality selection of helium balloons. With frequent sales, new items, and friendly, helpful staff, the Candle Hutch will soon be a frequent stop for you and the family. The Candle Hutch is located in the Stanton Ace Plaza on East College Avenue in Stanton, or call them to pre-order at 606-424-2154.
You're listening to PCSN.
Welcome back here to the Powell County High School. Dave following along with Ken Simon and the gang here. Landon Nolan on video tonight, training with Mr. Ethan Moore as well. And Nevaeh, as usual, back in the studio. Powell County scores 2 in the bottom of the fourth inning to make it a 4-2 contest. A little bit more, Josh Begley said, I'm out. That coming in there, I'm out.
Yeah.
Little banter going on with the crowd. I like it. He one pitch came in from Dickin and knocked his mitt off. The next pitch come in, lost it in the sun. I'm out. So,
yeah, don't blame him.
Understand, this job behind the plate with Dickin pitching, again, as hard as he throws it, and the movement that he has, it's a tough job.
This is where you almost need.
Okay, the defensive player for Wolfe County is entering. I don't have a defensive player. Do you have a do they have designated hitter? They don't, do they?
I'll have to look my phone over here in just a second. They have 3 players that were on their roster that weren't in the game. I'm not sure.
Right, but you can't put one in now, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, right, yeah.
So they made a change somewhere. I don't know where it is, but the change is made. But that player will have to go into the batting order as well. So all they did was got the number 30, but I don't see a number 30. So we'll have to figure it out. Maybe 13. Anyway, it'll be number 22.
Jaden Molan. The right fielder. He scored twice.
That made a nice play at the end of the last inning.
Singles, a couple of stolen bases.
Yeah, control has been Lacey's issue tonight or today.
Kind of surprised. What are your thoughts as far as like being the catcher or whatever else to have one of those, that little sun shield just a little bit?
They do. Well, I don't know if he does or not on his mask. I know most of the catchers here have the shield or their glasses
you should.
on.
I can't.
He doesn't have one.
I didn't think so. 2-2.
It's probably about 30 minutes away from causing some bigger problems.
Yeah. Gonna miss. 2-1 now.
I would say by what time it is, 7:30, somewhere in the neighborhood, it would probably get really bad. And there's nothing to stop it tonight.
No, not tonight. There will be tomorrow. Gonna miss. 3-1 on deck. Braden Wilson followed by Jax Holland, if that holds true at this point.
We have not got a leadoff man out yet, and they have scored every time.
There's a strike.
I believe it's the same batter tried to do it last time.
I think you're right.
He followed that one up with a hit, though.
He did, yeah. Again, he scored twice. Third plate appearance. Full count, 3-2. Lacey Dickin on the mound for the Pirates. Here's the pitch. There's a strike.
Strike 3.
Yep.
I think he tried to buy, but he knew he's out. So I only have him scoring once in the third inning. He didn't score in the first, right?
He did score in the first. Or no, wait a minute.
Oliver scored
he
in the
did
first
not.
inning.
He did not score in the first.
Anyway, good strike out there. So we finally, Ken, got the leadoff batter out.
It's about time, right?
Yes. Maybe we can get a clean inning, come right back, and maybe score 2 more.
Braden Wilson, the catcher for the Wolves, up at the plate. Struck out and had a single. That being stranded at second. There's a called strike. That looked a little bit more sidearm.
He drops down to that 3/4 edge, usually when he's trying to crossfire, and it's hard to pick that pitch up coming from a totally different arm slot.
Here's the 0-1. Swing and a
And then
miss.
you come up with the over-the-top curveball, and it's just hard to match those two up.
0-2.
That gives Lace an extra couple pitches when you just drop at the arm angle.
Man.
It has been a game on tonight.
Not happy about that. That's been an issue here tonight, that's for sure. And he'll get the strikeout, throw down to first to be an easy play. So back-to-back strikeouts for Lacey Dickin. That will bring up Jax Holland, struck out and was put out, hit back to the pitcher for the 1-3 fielder's choice ground out. It's number 5 hitter in the lineup. Back-to-back strikeouts for the Pirates. 2 outs here, top of the 5th. Wolfe County still leading, though, 4-2. Here's the pitch. Slow roller, and it's going to be foul.
Got to get there, guys.
Yeah, you got to get on it. You can't allow it to roll back in.
No.
Field
Finally,
play.
Del Rosario got there. It did hit the edge of the grass, which will kick it back to the middle of the line. So you got to kill it when it's there, or it kicks back on you. That's just
you got to go.
You got to go get your job done. Again, when you're catching and not used to that, it's kind of a different animal, right?
That's true. Again, Jax Holland up at the plate. Foul that one back here behind us.
Somewhere. 0-2.
Not too far from us.
Let's see if he can get out here with about a 10, 11 pitch inning here.
0-2. Here's the pitch. Over to Carter. They're going to get there, and nice job by Dick and to cover it. And
Wow.
nice fielding, I should say, by
That's nice.
Dylan Carter, the first baseman. So they'll go 1-2-3. That's the first here for the Wolves. They're still lead 4-2. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th.
The Powell County Sports Network would like to thank their sponsors and encourage you to choose businesses and organizations that support the broadcast of our young athletes, including our platinum sponsors, Uniquely Kentucky, Whitaker Bank, and Just Know You're Taken Care of Wherever Life Takes You, CG Bank. Our gold sponsors, Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital, Friends and Family Caring for Friends and Family, Powell County CSEP, encouraging you to be prepared and have an emergency plan, Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings. Our silver sponsors, Hearn Funeral Home since 1939, Clark Regional Medical Center, care closer to home, Toyota South, exceptional customer service since 1915, Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, quality care that offers recovery and hope, Stanton Ace Hardware, the helpful place, Powell County Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Our bronze sponsors, security and control from anywhere, Protect Security and Fire Systems, people serving people since 1912, People's Exchange Bank, helping families connect, honor, and remember, Wells Funeral Home, new items in stock, Allen's Hardware in Clay City, gifts and more, The Candle Hutch, U.S.-based GTX Manufacturing. They love pirate sports, so let's love them back.
Welcome back here to the Powell County High School.
That was all they had.
Dave Faulkner along with Ken Simon and the gang. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning. We are at the top of the order for Powell County. We're back at Levi Wells, 0-2 on the night. Strike out his last at bat. Like I see Levi get it started here for Powell County again. That's the inning. Powell County got the leadoff batter on. We scored them. First time we've done that. Wolfe County's got the leadoff batter on 4 times. They've scored every time. So what is the trend tonight? Leadoff batter gets on, they score. So Levi, all you got to do is get on base, and you have one that you will score. Right?
Regardless of team.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Right?
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Everyone's got the leadoff batters on, have scored those batters. So, again, that's why you don't allow those walks and things like that to happen.
Yep, back up to the top of the order here in the bottom of the 5th inning for the Pirates. There's a grounder to the shortstop.
Open for an error at this
Long
point.
throw, and going to get there. The 6-3 ground out.
Good contact. Well played by the shortstop, like
Yeah.
you're supposed to do. Good throw. Everybody kind of did their job on that play. Bring up Lacey Dickens to the plate. Lacey's going to have to do a better job staying in the box versus bailing out.
Struck out both plate appearances. That was the first pitch ground out, wasn't it?
It was.
But he made contact. Again, I sometimes going back to those first swing pitches, as a pitch to Dickens is going to be high for ball one. Carter Poe on deck.
He's still stepping to third base, though. Stepping in that bucket.
Going to go right back to the pitcher, throw over to first, and they'll make the play.
I hated that throw to me when I played first base, that little toss. It's harder to catch than you think.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, just throw
It's
it to
so
me,
slow,
you know.
right?
Yeah,
It throws
throw
your
it to me.
timing
Don't
off. Yeah,
toss
throw
it
it
to me like that. Just throw
but
it.
at the same time, though, as the fielder, right at that point, you will make that soft
Yeah.
one, make sure you
Yeah.
get it there, right? You don't want to come firing it.
Well, when it's overhanded, it's just, if you're throwing it underhanded, it may be a little bit easier, but overhanded, it's just, that drop kind of gets you sometimes, you know. Carter Poe coming to the plate, also 1 for 1 on the night.
Yeah. He walked last plate appearance.
And scored.
He walked and scored, yep. And advanced on 2 wild pitches before eventually scoring.
This could be a quick inning of the 5th here.
It could be in the way that the sun is shining.
The 6th inning will be rough.
It's rough already.
I don't think it's going to be rough right now for the hitters, but it's getting ready to be a little bit more testy.
I realize I'm going to have to get darker tint on my glasses. Swing and a miss for strike one.
I keep telling you, if you don't listen to me.
What are you telling me?
If you wear a hat with a bill, it blocks the sun.
Yeah, I kind of forget to carry that with me. You know, it's not necessarily a part of my daily decor at work.
Well, I just keep it in my truck. There's hats everywhere in my truck.
Well, me too. They just don't happen to be red or black.
Well, I got plenty of those.
1-2. Here's the pitch. Gonna miss. Even the count at 2-2. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Carter Poe. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Pirates trailing Wolfe County 4-2. It's going to drop in. Nope. And the left fielder will make the catch, so it'll fly out to left field for out number 3. The Pirates go 3 up and 3 down, as did the Wolves in that inning. We'll take another break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County, a service of Markham and Wallace Memorial Hospital, is personal primary care for you and your family. Receive the best care from highly trained physician Dr. Julie Kennan and family nurse practitioners Sandra McCoy and Felicia Estes right here in your community. Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County, located on Irvin Road in Clay City, is convenient primary care with same-day appointments. Call 606-663-2153 to schedule your appointment today. New patients are being accepted. Trust Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County. Friends and family caring for friends and family.
Hearn Funeral Home has been family-owned since 1939 and is currently under the direction of Hondo Hearn. They have proudly served the families of Powell County and other surrounding counties for over 75 years, helping them to celebrate with compassionate care, dignity, and respect at an affordable price. Contact Hearn Funeral Home for all your pre-planning needs at 606-663-4375.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Welcome back here to Powell County High School, and we talked about the sun being an issue, and the umpire has now decided to call the dreaded sun delay here at the Powell County High School baseball field. It is a problem, so we are going to step away for some commercials.
Yeah, and then we'll come back and kind of recap where we are so far.
So we'll give our sponsors a little chance here to talk about their businesses. So ask you guys to please visit these guys and say thank you for supporting Powell County Athletics here on the Powell County Sports Network. Take a break here on the Powell County High School.
Are you wanting to switch to Appalachian Wireless but afraid of losing your number? Don't worry, you can keep your number and sign up for the region's best network that goes wherever you go. That's right, sign up today and get instant savings when you bring your number to Appalachian Wireless. Whether you need 1 line or 5, you'll save big. Did I mention free activation and your first month is free? So what are you waiting for? Switch today and experience better coverage, service, and savings because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
In Kentucky, we understand what matters: family, friends, community. But sometimes we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more.
You are not alone. Call Mountain Comprehensive Care Center today at 606-663-3336 or visit our Stanton Clinic at 369 North Main Street.
You're listening to PCSN.
Hello, I'm Kaylee Carroll, Marketing Director for CG Bank. Here at CG Bank, community means everything. It's why we do what we do. At CG Bank, we are your hometown bank, and we are here for you because we are you. We are not here just building business, but building relationships. That's community banking. That's my bank. Stop by any of our 7 convenient locations in Irvin, Richmond, Berea, London, or Stanton and see what community banking is all about. Or visit us online at www.cg.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Loan subject to approval. Contact an employee for further information about applicable fees and terms.
Your health means everything, and now's the time to address those concerns, large or small, that you've been putting off. At Clark Regional Medical Center, we're here to help with a range of quality healthcare services. From routine screenings to surgeries to emergency care. Don't make your health wait. Get the care you need now. Clark Regional Medical Center. Learn more at clarkregional.org.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network. Powell County CSEP Director Kevin Babcock wants you to be prepared.
Like the Lady Pirates and Pirates, we train for success. Do you know your zone? Do you have an emergency plan? Be prepared. Have a disaster kit with water, non-perishable foods, clothes, toiletries, and anything else you may need. For information on how to prepare for an incident, stop by the Emergency Operations Center here in Stanton or contact the local CSEP office at 606-663-7560.
At Powell County Farm Bureau, they pride themselves on helping customers in Stanton and the surrounding area get the insurance coverage that's right for them. With a local team of agents, including James Dennis and Anna Tipton, claims staff, and customer service representatives, their members enjoy unmatched dedication and personal attention. Call 606-663-2222 or stop in today at 170 Court Street in Stanton and let them show you why they're Kentucky's insurance company. That's your Powell County Farm Bureau. Big on commitment. You're listening to PCSN.
What makes Whitaker Bank uniquely Kentucky? It's our promise to be more than a bank. We're your partner in growth, success, and community. From personal banking to business solutions, we're here to guide you through today's opportunities and tomorrow's challenges. This is Angie Rogers. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Stanton. If you would like to learn more, give me a call at 606-663-2283. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
At Wells Funeral Home, we have years of experience caring for families from all walks of life. Each family comes to us because they know we are leaders in our profession, dedicated to excellence in service, and have the highest integrity. Life is full of opportunities to show someone we love them. One such opportunity is the funeral or memorial service. Such a loving event celebrates the choices they made, the relationship you shared, and honors the memory of your loved one. Together, we will create a fitting and memorable event. Contact us today to discuss the possibilities. Call 606-663-9480 or visit us at 777 West College Avenue in Stanton.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network. The Powell County Sports Network would like to thank their sponsors and encourage you to choose businesses and organizations that support the broadcast of our young athletes, including our platinum sponsors, Uniquely Kentucky, Whitaker Bank, and Just Know You're Taken Care of Wherever Life Takes You, CG Bank. Our gold sponsors, Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital, Friends and Family Caring for Friends and Family, Powell County CSEP, encouraging you to be prepared and have an emergency plan. Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings. Our silver sponsors, Hearn Funeral Home since 1939. Clark Regional Medical Center, care closer to home. Toyota South, exceptional customer service since 1915. Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, quality care that offers recovery and hope. Stanton Ace Hardware, the helpful place. Powell County Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Our bronze sponsors, security and control from anywhere. Protect Security and Fire Systems, people serving people since 1912. People's Exchange Bank, helping families connect, honor, and remember. Wells Funeral Home, new items in stock. Allen's Hardware in Clay City, gifts and more. The Candle Hutch, U.S.-based GTX Manufacturing. They love pirate sports, so let's love them back.
Parents trust the emergency department at Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital when their children hurt. When an emergency strikes, we are right down the street and ready to help. We offer full-service emergency care 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We have X-ray, CT, and lab services on site for assessing, diagnosing, and treating patients quickly. The emergency department is a level 4 trauma center. You can expect expert care, quicker treatment, and improved outcomes. Choose the emergency department at Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital in Irvine.
Allen's Hardware is a hidden gem in Clay City and known for their dependable down-home service. Visit Allen's Hardware at 30 Black Creek Road and you'll find Valspar paints, Echo Power Tools, electrical supplies, septic system accessories, key cutting services, and even U-Haul rentals. That's Allen's Hardware at 30 Black Creek Road in Clay City. To find out more, call 606-663-1122. That's 606-663-1122.
You're listening to PCSN.
Welcome back to this fast-paced action here at the Wolfe County, Powell County baseball game. We're at a stall with the sun delay, something that is only happening usually here.
Yeah, usually here. We were talking off the air. It's like, how many baseball fields in the United States or Kentucky even, that are like, have a sun delay?
One.
So basically what David is saying is we're number one.
We are the one for the sun delay.
Right.
That will be a trivia question at some point in the future, but not right now.
I'm calling Jeopardy.
I'm
going to call them and be like, I got a question for you.
It's never came up probably. Now, again, when this field was designed back in 1981.
81, okay.
My graduation year was the first year we played on this field. The home plate was initially designed to be in left field.
Right.
All right. But from my understanding, of course, this was a long time ago. This is my understanding. They didn't want to run the power and water all the way down the left field line. They didn't want to run another 300 foot of piping.
Okay.
So they just settled for here.
Oh.
So we got it by because we did it. Sometimes I would say this. Don't be mad at me. The Powell County way.
Yeah.
We kind of just saved a couple $100 and built it right here.
But on one hand, even going back, if it would have been $1,000 or $2,000 to get it right, and don't get me wrong, I
grant
get
money.
But the city, but the city didn't have the money, or
Hey, they just wanted to save that extra $400 or $500. I what it would have been to run the power and electric and water down another 300 feet.
I know, and here we are, 30 years later, or 40 years, I don't even know, whatever the number would even be.
And there's talk about building new facilities, so let's make sure when you build them.
Yeah, you take all things into consideration.
You think about the sun delays.
I mean, they probably could have passed an offering plate around or something somewhere. And,
they could have done. I mean, again,
money.
That was my understanding way back when. We've had this problem since it was built. It's
just
the field is so much better now than what it used to be, though. I mean, it was.
Agreed. They've spent a lot of time and effort and work.
But the negative side, if you look out beyond center field, the trees. Now we've got other stuff going on out there.
Yeah.
Right?
It's thinned
out. They have thinned out a lot of the trees that would block some of the sun. On a clear night at this time of year, this is going to be here for the next 2 or 3 weeks. Not just tonight, but it'll be here for the next 2 or 3 weeks where the sun is a problem. It's going to be right this angle. we'll have delays for a while. There's just, it is what it is when you get here.
The only time it's not a problem is when the leaves are in bloom, right, and already sprouted, and you've got leaf coverage to block the sun.
Or there's a lot of cloud coverage
that
kind of stops it. But anyway, let you get on with what's happened so far.
So let's recap real quick as the Wolves came up to the plate. The leadoff batter, Cam Oliver, walked, had a stolen base, reached third on a fielder's choice, and eventually scored on a RBI single by Jaden Mullins, who also ended up having 2 stolen bases, was stranded over at third, and then that was where Wolfe County led 1-0. In the bottom of the third inning, the Pirates had a runner over at first, the number 3 hitter in the lineup, Carter Poe, and then Ryder Linden came up and he grounded out, and that ended the inning. It was 1-0 Wolfe County. Then in the second inning, Pirates give up a leadoff single to Chance Fallen, the center fielder. He had a stolen base, advanced to third on a wild pitch, and scored a run on a passed ball. So he went around the bases with just a single and no throws or hits or anything to get him across. Then they ended up having a couple others that were stranded. Freeman that followed in the 7th spot and Holland in the 8th spot. They ended up at first and second for themselves. And then the Pirates ended up coming in up to the plate in the bottom of the second inning. They left 2 stranded. Actually, they left 1 stranded. That was Dylan Carter. Del Rosario was actually on first base, and then Carter hit into a fielder's choice. Del Rosario was out, and then Carter ended up on base. So a hit with a runner left on the bag. Then in the third inning, Wolfe County came up to the plate. The leadoff hitter, where am I at here? The leadoff hitter, third inning, Evans came up. He struck out. And then Mullins again ended up getting a base hit, a stolen base, advanced to third on a balk, and then ended up scoring on a wild pitch. And at that point, Wolfe County ended up leading 3-0. We go to the bottom of the third for the Pirates. Basically, it was 3 up, 3 down, 2 strikeouts recorded in that inning. You head to the top of the fourth. Wolfe County gets the leadoff single by Jaden Holland, a stolen base. He eventually comes around and scores as well. Wolfe County led 4-0. It wasn't until the bottom of the fourth inning the Pirates were able to get something going for themselves. Had a lead-off walk to Carter Poe. Stolen base. Actually, back-to-back wild pitches, I should say. He advanced over to third, and then Kane Knox came up to the plate. Ended up getting the single that actually scored Carter Poe. And then Kane Knox ended up eventually scoring as well on a squeeze play as the Pirates had the bases loaded and Dylan Trent stepped up, put down the bunt. Kane Knox was probably 5 feet from, even coming across the plate at that point. So Trent did a nice job. He was out at first, but that advanced the runners to second and third. And unfortunately, the Pirates, the next 2 batters, ended up getting out, couldn't get any additional runs across. Went scoreless in the 5th inning. Both teams ended up going 3 up and 3 down. So far on the night, Wolfe County has struck out 9 times. On the mound for the Pirates
Dickin
is Lacey Dickin. He's only given up 3 walks. And how many hits? 2, 3, 4, 5 hits unofficially is what I have.
For Wolfe County?
Yep. Is that what you got?
1, 2, 3, 4, 4.
4 hits.
1 hit per inning in each of the first 4.
I gave somebody a hit in the 3rd inning that I probably shouldn't have. Who did I give a hit to? Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
I gave a hit to Wilson. What did he end up doing?
I did the same to Wilson?
Yeah.
Where's Wilson?
Was that the one over to second? He was in the 4th spot. Was that the hit over to second base that hit the high hop?
Yes.
Regardless.
Yes.
Whether it's 4 or 5 hits, still they've got the 4 runs, and that's really where they are. And the Pirates with those 2 runs, both of those coming in the 4th inning. It is 4-2 right now. Wolfe County with that lead. We're in a sun delay. It's hard to even say when you're actually at a baseball game.
But if
right?
you're listening, and you're from Powell County,
yeah,
and
you know
about baseball,
what we're talking about. Yeah,
and it's just like these guys know sun delay because even the Wolfe County folks.
That's why
everybody's going to get food. They're going to get drinks. They're getting. The concession stand was packed. I mean, it's people just walking around talking. The players are out here with us. I mean, it's I mean, this is a break, and we all know it's a break, and it's going to be here for at least probably 20 more minutes at least, I would think. So this is just part of it. We understand it. When in about 10 minutes, it's going to be its absolute worst. So. It's going to get better it's going to get worse before it gets better. So, almost now it almost has to be completely down or dark to be able to play again. But the game was having a really good pace. I talked to Dick in the concession stand, and he said, "I'm probably done for the night." And that's the one thing that you hate about it is these two pitchers were really going at a pretty good clip, and probably neither of these two guys would be able to finish the contest.
True. Yeah, I would agree with that, especially after this much of a delay, right? It's hard to come back after you've pitched the number of pitches that both of them actually have at this point.
If you're going to come back, then you need to try to keep your arm warm and go maybe throw on the side instead of this break. And we've seen pitchers go sit during a long offensive inning and come back and struggle.
Yeah.
This is much longer than that. And in baseball, it's a bigger problem than, we see in softball. Softball pitchers, you're throwing from a different angle, and it's a more natural angle. Therefore, when your joints and your muscles cool down throwing overhand, it's just so hard to come back out here and get loose and be on where you were. So I would think both these two teams will be making some pitches changes, and I don't think either of these two had planned on doing that. True. Unless you had the sun delay.
Yeah, and they started at 5:30.
Yep.
And again, the game was going at a pretty good pace. We're getting ready to start the top of the sixth inning, so just 2 innings shy of being able to finish this one out.
I'll be honest with you, I think we would have probably been done in the next 10 minutes.
Oh, I would agree.
Had we kept going.
Yeah, sure.
But now we're going to probably be here for at least the next 30, just chatting with you guys and playing some commercials here.
Yeah.
But that is what it is. That's how this field goes. That's why in a couple of weeks we'll have the district tournament, which is going to be here at Powell County High School, and we'll hold the baseball tournament here and the softball tournament at the softball field. And, again, that's the problem with you have the second game or the start time of the first game can be an issue. If you start at 5, which most people can't do now because of transportation issues, everybody's got –
sure.
Doesn't matter who you are, everybody's got transportation issues.
Anybody wants a job to drive a school bus.
You can drive a school bus,
pick
you can
any
job
school
anywhere.
district, and you're in.
Yeah. But, most schools, you can't get here in time to play a game and start at 5 o'clock. So usually the start time's around 6, but if you get these sun delays at 7:15, 7:30, then that puts your pitching in a bit of a bind.
Right.
So any time that you play here, by that time in another month, we may not have the issue. It may shift around a little bit more toward right center field where it's not an issue, but the peak of April for the next couple of weeks is going to be right here in this slot, and it's just a bad time. So luckily for the Pirates, they'll be. I don't think they play. Are they here tomorrow? They're not here tomorrow.
No.
Right? They're on the road or off tomorrow, and don't play. I don't think play on Thursday or Friday or Saturday this week with the prom coming up. Softball has action tonight and tomorrow night. We'll have that action at the softball field tomorrow night with. Buckhorn, I believe it is.
Correct. Yes.
That's cause I'm not coaching obviously now, so I usually took off Thursday, Friday, and Saturday with the softball because I know the girls were always thinking about the prom. So
the Pirates are at Morgan County tomorrow night.
I thought they played, but I wasn't sure. So
on the road. Yeah.
Both teams will be at it again tomorrow night. We'll be covering the softball contest. They are in action tonight against Nevaeh, so if you are at the park, you want to walk over to the softball field, pick up some action, probably do that and still finish up the conclusion of this one here in a little bit. So
and a busy week for the Pirates going into next week.
Yes.
They'll play Monday against GRC, Tuesday here, again, these are home games, against Estill County, Thursday against Owsley County, and then on Saturday, Model.
Tough run.
Yeah, 4 consecutive games there, especially the stretch where you have GRC and Estill County back-to-back nights, and then, just one day off, and then all of a sudden now you've got Owsley County at home before that Saturday showdown against Model.
Yeah, we talked to Drew Miller just a second ago, both of us did, and asked him what his timetable was for coming back, and he said he hopes to be back Monday versus GRC, and then I asked him, I said, well, who you got Tuesday? He said, Estill. I said, I think it would behoove you just to wait till Tuesday. And
yeah, I would agree with that.
And not worry about
rush.
Monday.
Yeah. I mean, GRC's, GRC, you're not necessarily expected to win that game, and it doesn't matter on your schedule.
No, and in the big scheme of things, I mean, you want to beat Estill and get the win, and you still get the number 1 seed. Yeah. I don't know there's a huge difference this year in the 1 and 2 on who you're going to play. Powell County is going to be here. It's better to be the home team, I think, and host bat last. At least that's the way I look at it. Some people think it's advantage to bat first, right? Go out and get a couple runs on somebody and kind of be in the lead at that point. But it's all semantics at that point. But Coach Bencher going to walk over to the.
Yeah, he's looking at the clock and, trying to get some kind of idea. Where are we?
I'd say we're probably
7:30, about 15 minutes, maybe 20.
15, 20 minutes, I think, will be close. You don't want that sun to be directly in the eye of the catcher and the umpire and the batter. That just puts them in danger. That one tree is not going to block it.
No, we're in a tough spot as it is, right?
And we're at the angle where you have to be in that slot. And right now, it's just dangerous.
It's hard. It is dangerous, yeah, regardless if it's the batter, the catcher, the umpire.
Yeah, so it's I don't know if they plan on playing a JV contest or not after. I don't know what their plans were, but they only had 12 people on the roster, right? So I wouldn't expect to play a JV contest with Wolfe County because they're a veteran squad.
Well, at this point, you bring up an interesting point in that they do not have a JV squad. Okay. At this point, they don't have a lot of underclassmen either on this team, and I'm not sure what baseball is going to look like going forward for Wolfe County. They're going to find themselves in a really tough spot, especially after just building that new facility.
That's some of the arguments I think that some of the folks at Wolfe County had. I love the facilities up there, but I did hear some of the problems up there where some people were against it because they felt that their programs, and their softball just won the All-A championship, but they're getting a little older. There's not a great feeder program there either. Like we don't have a great one here. And if you have a downtime and you put all that money in, and then again, what Wolfe County did was they just put turf in on their existing facilities.
Right.
So if you think they spent a ton of money, they didn't. They spent money, yes, and they improved their facilities, but they put turf in on their existing facilities. Out on the Powell County plan for in the next few years is to build new softball and baseball fields. I think turf has been discussed on that, but it's going to be new everything. So, it's just like taking this field. You can put turf on it. You still got the same issues. If you redid it, it would cost a lot more to redo this field and move home plate.
Oh, of course. Yeah. I mean, you're talking everything.
Everything.
Right?
The lights would have to be changed.
I
mean, everything has to be redone anyway. It would cost more to build it right here and move it than it would be to build a new field. Because if you did build something new or do something different, you at least want to make it better.
Yeah.
And, again, better is not having this sun delay in the middle of games, and we, again, can't finish up with your pitchers and all that nice stuff. But again, to me, in athletics here, I'm just talking for me, the first step to fix are some of our other problems, which is the track's a huge problem. Not having a soccer field of regulation size is a huge problem. But the first thing that has to be done, honestly, is get rid of the softball field before you can increase the size of your track. So it almost has to happen with baseball, softball going first, and then increase the size of your facility at the football complex. If they decide to do it, they're going to talk, I think, about building a soccer field and track over on the new property. I don't know where that is. If you did, you could do it all. You could do all those at the same time if you wanted to do that. But we need to do something with their track program. Our kids are working hard over there, but they can't have a home meet, can't even have a home match, and
it's in rough shape anyway.
I wouldn't want to walk it too much, but it's in rough shape. Again, these facilities were so nice in 1988, 80 I guess is when we started them, the football, track, and all that good stuff. But it was nice facilities back then. But you look at this has become such a nice facility now, and you have to improve and get it on the school side. But this is a beautiful place. The only problem this place has is the sun delay.
Yeah.
And, again, a little bit of drainage problems in the left field. But other than that, it's beautiful here. They've got these nice facilities here at City Park. The city tax dollars are – people I know hate taxes, but the restaurant tax has done huge benefits for the city of Stanton and all these athletic facilities you have here at the City Park now. They've done a fantastic job with taking in that money and
using it wisely.
Using it very wisely.
Right?
And it's for the kids. And it's kudos to the city government here in Stanton. I think they've done a fantastic job with that.
Yeah, and even going back years ago, as far as the restaurant tax, a lot of businesses, the Powell County Authority, in the regard as far as trying to get businesses in here, that was one of the things that was a slight against them even moving here. We didn't have great park facilities where families could come in and to take advantage of those opportunities, and that's really when the restaurant tax was kicking in and starting to make those improvements.
Takes time.
It does take time, yeah.
And they're still building it, and it's still going. It's there's more plans for the future for the city park, and it's part of it would be this place to move to do more with this property.
Yeah,
and they may keep it a field here. They may keep this and play. We used to have state competitions here in the summers. We had state Babe Ruth tournaments here. We played in the summer here. We played what we call Babe Ruth. It was the 13 to 15-year-old league. We played right here at the city park, and I think that helped develop some of the best baseball teams we had here at Powell County. Was those Babe Ruth leagues had four full teams playing here. We had like I said, the Babe Ruth state tournaments were held here. We could bring 10, 12, 14 teams up here to play during those state tournaments, and fantastic for all the people here in Stanton. People staying at the lodges, at the motel, people going to the businesses and eat. It made well for the community. So I'd like to bring see if some of that stuff could come back. But it takes time, and they are starting to build something really nice here in Stanton, and it's good to see.
You're exactly right. At this point, let's go on and take a break. Again, we are on a sun delay. The Wolfe County Wolves lead the Powell County Pirates 4-2. We'll head to the top of the sixth. Again, we're probably about another 15, 20 minutes away maybe before we'll get to start, but we're going to let our sponsors get in a few words. We'll take another break here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Hey everyone, it's Kristen Mulcahy, Marketing Manager for Appalachian Wireless. Are you ready for spring? Well, we are at Appalachian Wireless. Right now, we've got great deals on the latest smartphones with discounts that make upgrading easier than ever, whether you're due for an upgrade or just ready to switch and save. April is the perfect time to get more for your money. Don't miss out. Visit your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or shop online at AppalachianWireless.com. Because we are you, we are Appalachian Wireless.
Toyota South in Richmond is moving forward. Family owned and operated since 1915. Meet General Manager Charlie Johnson.
I was raised right here in Powell County by my grandparents. They taught me to be honest and treat others with courtesy and respect. And that's what you can expect from me. I would like to personally invite you to take the short drive to Toyota South in Richmond. Whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, as General Manager at Toyota South, I will make your short drive well worth your time. Come see me soon at Toyota South in Richmond.
Toyota South in Richmond. Online at toyotasouth.com or call their friendly staff at 877-605-4326.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network. At Powell County Farm Bureau, James Dennis and Anna Tipton offer unmatched dedication and personal attention. If you're looking for a specific insurance product, they offer auto, boat, church, commercial, earthquake, farm, flood, health, home, life, mobile home, motorcycle, umbrella, and more. If you need it insured, stop by and see your insurance company. That's Powell County Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Located at 170 Court Street in Stanton, or call them today at 606-663-2222. That's Powell County Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
In Kentucky, we understand what matters: family, friends, community. But sometimes we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more.
You are not alone. Call Mountain Comprehensive Care Center today at 606-663-3336 or visit our Stanton Clinic at 369 North Main Street.
You're listening to PCSN.
Hey, I'm Morgan from St. Ace Hardware. At Ace, I enjoy helping every customer with each of their unique projects. Some are doing huge renovations or redecorating, and others are just touching up paint and need a color match or some replacement hardware. It doesn't matter to me because they come to St. Ace Hardware and trust us with their project. We are constantly getting new products and are working hard to make it easier for people to find the products they know and trust, as well as innovative new products they didn't even know existed. Shop local, save money, and get quality products from people who love this community. We are St. Ace Hardware, supporting the broadcast of our Powell County Pirates.
GTX Manufacturing prides itself on being a U.S. manufacturing company, providing competitive, low-cost, high-quality products and services. They are centrally located in the U.S., just minutes from Lexington, Kentucky, in Clay City. GTX Manufacturing, supporting the broadcast of your Powell County Pirates. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network. The Powell County Sports Network would like to thank their sponsors and encourage you to choose businesses and organizations that support the broadcast of our young athletes, including our platinum sponsors, Uniquely Kentucky, Whitaker Bank, and Just Know You're Taken Care of Wherever Life Takes You, CG Bank. Our gold sponsors, Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital, Friends and Family Caring for Friends and Family, Powell County CSEP, encouraging you to be prepared and have an emergency plan, Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings. Our silver sponsors, Hearn Funeral Home since 1939, Clark Regional Medical Center, care closer to home, Toyota South, exceptional customer service since 1915, Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, quality care that offers recovery and hope, Stanton Ace Hardware, the helpful place, Powell County Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Our bronze sponsors, Security and Control from Anywhere, Protect Security and Fire Systems, People Serving People since 1912, People's Exchange Bank, helping families connect, honor, and remember, Wells Funeral Home, new items in stock, Allen's Hardware in Clay City, gifts and more, The Candle Hutch, U.S.-based GTX Manufacturing. They love pirate sports, so let's love them back.
Welcome back here. Just give you a brief update on where I think we are. Again, Coach Campbell from Wolfe is going to come and look at the sun right now. And I still think we're a few minutes away, but they have told both teams to go ahead and get loose again. The home plate umpire just came and looked himself, and Ken and I both agree that we're probably at least another 10 to 15 minutes away from any action. So, again, we'll step back away, hear from some of our sponsors on WSKV 104.9 FM.
Hello, I'm Brandy Kirk, Market President for CG Bank Stanton. Here at CG Bank, community means everything. It's why we do what we do. At CG Bank, we are your hometown bank, and we are here for you because we are you. We are not just building business, but building relationships. That's community banking. That's my bank. Stop by and visit us at 488 South Main Street in Stanton and see what community banking is all about, or visit us online at www.cg.bank.
Member FDIC, equal housing lender, loan subject to approval. Contact an employee for further information about applicable fees and terms.
I love playing sports, especially for my school. And that's because school sports are special. It's where it's safe to fail. It's where we're taught resilience, where our fear becomes confidence. It's where we learn to get back up after every fall. School sports are where 7.8 million students go from I can't to I can.
Brought to you by the Kentucky High School Athletic Association and the Kentucky Athletic Administrators Association.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Mercy Health Markham and Wallace Hospital provides a compassionate, ideal local solution for patients who need additional time to heal and strengthen before going home. The Swing Bed program can be a perfect fit for you if you need rehabilitation after orthopedic surgery or fracture, have suffered a stroke, receive long-term antibiotics, need wound care, or need to regain your strength and mobility. You have a choice in post-hospital care and can receive care right in Estill County. For more information on the Swing Bed program at Mercy Health Markham and Wallace, call Case Management at 606-726-2159.
Hearn Funeral Home has been family-owned since 1939 and is currently under the direction of Hondo Hearn. They have proudly served the families of Powell County and other surrounding counties for over 75 years, helping them to celebrate with compassionate care, dignity, and respect at an affordable price. Contact Hearn Funeral Home for all your pre-planning needs at 606-663-4375.
You're listening to PCSN. Powell County CSEP Director Kevin Babcock wants you to be prepared.
Like the Lady Pirates and Pirates, we train for success. Do you know your zone? Do you have an emergency plan? Be prepared. Have a disaster kit with water, non-perishable foods, clothes, toiletries, and anything else you may need. For information on how to prepare for an incident, stop by the Emergency Operations Center here in Stanton or contact the local CSEP office at 606-663-7560.
Your health means everything. And every minute matters when an emergency puts your health at risk. That's why it's essential to get the care you need as soon as possible. The emergency department at Clark Regional Medical Center is ready, providing quality care with the peace of mind of a certified chest pain center. Don't make your health wait. Get to the hospital. Clark Regional Medical Center. Learn more at clarkregional.org.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Thinking about buying a home, starting a business, or tackling a renovation? Whitaker Bank is here to help you make it happen. This is David Johnson, and I'm the Senior Commercial Lender at Whitaker Bank in Stanton. We understand that every financial decision is personal. That's why we offer expert guidance tailored to your needs. Let's find the right solution for you. Call me today at 606-663-2283, and let's take the next step together. Whitaker Bank, Uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hey, I'm Wyatt Denniston, owner of Stanton Ace Hardware. At Ace, we are known for being the helpful place, and we pride ourselves on accomplishing that goal each day with each customer. We are constantly working on expanding our rental department, now including skid steers, mini excavators, mini skid steers with ditch witch and auger attachments. We also have delivery options available. Shop local, save money, and get quality products from people who love this community. We are Stanton Ace Hardware, supporting the broadcast of our Powell County Pirates.
You're listening to PCSN.
Attention Appalachia, looking for the hottest deals on the latest smartphones? There's only one real choice, and that's Appalachian Wireless. Right now, you can save big on today's top devices with our amazing limited time offers. Switch today and enjoy our unbeatable savings, nationwide coverage with some good old hometown service you can trust. Don't wait, these deals won't last forever. Visit us at your nearest Appalachian Wireless retail location or visit us online at AppalachianWireless.com because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
You deserve a bank that truly values you. At People's Exchange Bank, they pride themselves on providing personalized service that other banks just can't match. Whether you're needing a checking account, a home loan, or financial advice, our team of local professionals have you covered. Visit 53 East Pendleton Street in Stanton or visit them online at pebank.com. Join their family of satisfied customers today and experience the hometown difference at People's Exchange Bank, where banking is about you. People's Exchange Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network. The Powell County Sports Network would like to thank their sponsors and encourage you to choose businesses and organizations that support the broadcast of our young athletes, including our platinum sponsors, Uniquely Kentucky, Whitaker Bank, and Just Know You're Taken Care of Wherever Life Takes You, CG Bank. Our gold sponsors, Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital, Friends and Family Caring for Friends and Family, Powell County CSEP, encouraging you to be prepared and have an emergency plan. Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings. Our silver sponsors, Hearn Funeral Home since 1939. Clark Regional Medical Center, care closer to home. Toyota South, exceptional customer service since 1915. Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, quality care that offers recovery and hope. Stanton Ace Hardware, the helpful place. Powell County Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Our bronze sponsors, security and control from anywhere. Protect Security and Fire Systems, people serving people since 1912. People's Exchange Bank, helping families connect, honor, and remember. Wells Funeral Home, new items in stock. Allen's Hardware in Clay City, gifts and more. The Candle Hutch, U.S.-based GTX manufacturing. They love pirate sports, so let's love them back.
Hi, I'm Michael Bucky Wilson, CEO, President of CG Bank. Here at CG Bank, community means everything. It's why we do what we do. At CG Bank, we are your hometown bank, and we are here for you because we are you. We are not here just building business, but building relationships. That's community banking. That's my bank. Stop by any of our 7 convenient locations in Irvin, Richmond, Berea, London, or Stanton and see what community banking is all about, or visit us online at cg.bank.
Citizens Guarantee Bank, member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Qualifications and rules may apply. See institution for details.
Protect Security are proud sponsors of your Powell County Pirates sports. You need to check with Monty from Protect Security. There's no install charge on the base system. No phone line is needed, so all you have to worry about is a small monthly fee. They can install cameras. They can do full home automation, fully interactive so that you can lock your doors when you're away from home. That's your local security company. Protect Security, keeping your home, business, or other location safe and secure. Give them a call today, 663-9348.
You're listening to PCSN. Powell County CSEP Director Kevin Babcock wants you to be prepared.
Like the Lady Pirates and Pirates, we train for success. Do you know your zone? Do you have an emergency plan? Be prepared. Have a disaster kit with water, non-perishable foods, clothes, toiletries, and anything else you may need. For information on how to prepare for an incident, stop by the Emergency Operations Center here in Stanton or contact the local CSEP office at 606-663-7560.
Toyota South in Richmond is moving forward. Family owned and operated since 1915. Meet General Manager Charlie Johnson.
As a native of Powell County, I would like to personally invite you to take the short drive to Toyota South in Richmond. Between Toyota South and our 5 other dealerships, we keep around 600 used cars, trucks, and sport utility vehicles. So, regardless of what you're looking for in a used vehicle, chances are we have it, and as General Manager of Toyota South, I will make your short drive well worth your time. Come see me soon at Toyota South in Richmond.
Toyota South in Richmond. Online at toyotasouth.com or call their friendly staff at 877-605-4326.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Thinking about buying your first home? Maybe it's time for a remodel or a new investment property. This is Diane Meadows. I'm a loan officer at Whitaker Bank in Stanton. With personalized service and local expertise, I am here to help you explore the options that make the most sense for you now and for the future. Call me at 606-663-3618 today, and let's make your dreams a reality. Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
The Candle Hutch Gifts and More is your local shop for unique and fantastic smelling country and upscale items. They carry all the scents of quality candleberry candles, meaningful dim deco willow tree figurines for any occasion, and a quality selection of helium balloons. With frequent sales, new items, and friendly, helpful staff, the Candle Hutch will soon be a frequent stop for you and the family. The Candle Hutch is located in the Stanton Ace Plaza on East College Avenue in Stanton, or call them to pre-order at 606-424-2154.
You're listening to PCSN. The Powell County Sports Network would like to thank their sponsors and encourage you to choose businesses and organizations that support the broadcast of our young athletes, including our platinum sponsors, Uniquely Kentucky, Whitaker Bank, and Just Know You're Taken Care of Wherever Life Takes You, CG Bank. Our gold sponsors, Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital, Friends and Family Caring for Friends and Family, Powell County CSEP, encouraging you to be prepared and have an emergency plan. Appalachian Wireless, better service, bigger savings. Our silver sponsors, Hearn Funeral Home since 1939. Clark Regional Medical Center, care closer to home. Toyota South, exceptional customer service since 1915. Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, quality care that offers recovery and hope. Stanton Ace Hardware, the helpful place. Powell County Farm Bureau, big on commitment. Our bronze sponsors, security and control from anywhere. Protect Security and Fire Systems, people serving people since 1912. People's Exchange Bank, helping families connect, honor, and remember. Wells Funeral Home, new items in stock. Allen's Hardware in Clay City, gifts and more. The Candle Hutch, U.S.-based GTX manufacturing. They love pirate sports, so let's love them back.
And welcome back here to the Powell County High School. Dave Faulkner along with Ken Simon, also Landon Nolan and Ethan Moore here at the field, and Nevaeh Bridgeman patiently back in the studio.
Yeah, at this point, we played.
Really rough. We got a Sunday back in the studio, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're exactly right. Again, unfortunately, in a sun delay here.
Oh, and it is the absolute worst right now.
Yeah, it's been a good 45 minutes probably at this point, pretty close to it anyway.
Yeah, I think we're about 5 to 10 minutes away from getting started here, so we're going to chat a little bit more here. Upcoming games again next week for the Pirates against Clark County on Monday here, and then Estill County here on Tuesday. So both Clark County was able to beat the Pirates earlier in the season. Actually, I think no-hit the Pirates. And then Estill County defeated the Pirates in bottom of the 7th inning.
Bottom of the 7th, yeah. The Pirates had a one-run lead and gave up 2 to lose 8-7.
Yeah. So maybe a little bit of a rematch there. You would think you'd see Dickin probably on Tuesday. You may see Dickin and Knox available both on Tuesday, and then just to maybe throw off on Monday, because it really doesn't. I say this wholeheartedly. It really doesn't matter about the Monday game with Clark County. Because it's
pride,
man.
Right? It's like playing Montgomery
County. It is a pride
County
thing, but it's a non-district. It's really not saying it doesn't matter, but it's a game that's really irrelevant as far as winning and losing. It's going out, get some reps, and try to get your bats going, maybe. But you probably want to preserve your pitchers for your district competition, and again, that's coming up Tuesday and then later on in the week. So I think Owsley County coming on as
Thursday.
Well on Thursday,
and Morgan County. Saturday,
yeah, right?
Yeah.
So, again, busy week for the boys and for the girls. I think next week as well is a busy week. We do have it tomorrow. The boys will travel to Morgan County tomorrow, and the girls will host Buckhorn tomorrow. Again, all these are weather-permitting games, and you can stay tuned to WSKV for more information. And the broadcast schedule is also on WSKV's website.
So the Lady Pirates ended up winning tonight, defeating Menifee County
11-2.
11-2. At least it was 11-2. I think it was more than that. The actual final.
Okay.
I think it was 11-2. Excuse me. At one point, but I think it was probably more like 13 or 14-2. Regardless, the Lady Pirates pick up the win to go 4-6 on the season. As David mentioned, we'll have the game tomorrow night as the Lady Pirates play host to Buckhorn. 6 o'clock start. And then on the 21st, which is Monday, Lady Pirates will be hosting Wolfe County. And then on Tuesday, the Lady Pirates on the road at Lee County. And then on the 24th, Thursday, Lady Pirates will be playing host to Berea. So we will have the Buckhorn game tomorrow night, and then we'll have the Berea game coming up on next Thursday. And then on Friday, the Lady Pirates traveling to Owsley County. So some big district matchups for the Lady Pirates Tuesday at Lee County, and then on Friday at Owsley County. Yeah. So again, the fact that they're actually 4-6 right now, the Lady Pirates doing a really nice job so far under first-year head coach Christina Powell.
Yeah, they're doing a good job. I think they probably could have got a win on against Model. Didn't have all their players. Again, they were that FBLA competition, which you understand that, but didn't have the full squad at Model. Dropped that game, I think, by 2 or 3. And then they had a really good game Saturday. I actually came to the game, Powell Lee game. It was Lee County 2, Powell County 1 going into the 6th inning. And Powell County put a 9 spot on the board and beat them 11 to 2.
12-2.
12-2. I guess put them about, yeah, that's right. Ended in the 6th inning. So it was a good game for the Pirates. The backs got going really well there in the 6th inning. There was a couple of walks, a couple of errors by Lee County, and in the middle, just really started putting the ball in play against what I think is probably one of the better pitchers in the region, Presley Cundiff. But Powell County, with their young pitcher, really did a good job against Lee County. Defense played solid the entire game. And again, like I said, they got the bats going late. It's something that I think we've kind of done in the last few years was against Presley for Lee County is wait out until maybe she gets a little tired and maybe they make a few errors and you can score some runs. But again, good win for the Pirates on Saturday against Lee County. So that puts them in a position to where if they get another win against Lee and take care of Owsley County, then that would put them where they would not have to draw Estill County in the early rounds, which we did a couple years ago, and there was a short-lived district for us. Again, it looks like, again, it's got the makings all, again, of another Powell-Lee rematch like it has been for a lot of years here in the 56th District in softball, and then Owsley and Estill. Owsley a little bit down this year. Not a lot of pitching at Owsley this year, but, again, they're out there trying, so got to commend them for the effort they put out there. And, again, Estill County is just Estill County. On the flip side, on the boys' perspective, it's, again, Powell County has a chance, again, to retain the 1 seed. All they have to do now is get a win over Estill by more than 1. That will put them in the 1 seed situation. And they got Lee and Owsley upcoming. So, as bad of a year as you think you're having, you can still be the number 1 seed in the 56th District. So, you can talk about all the games that this team's played, and there's, I've heard a lot of things about, coaching or whatever it is. Let me tell you something, guys. Season doesn't really start till you play your district games.
True, yeah.
And get your district alignment ready to go, because to me, all the games that you play prepare you for the district tournament and moving on, advancing in the region. And if you get to the region, anything can happen. So with the pitching staff that Powell County has, they can shut you down. Powell County, I think, this team is finding ways and different players to get some things done. So be patient. I know that's something that people don't like to hear,
right.
But what do they say, 3-11?
Correct. Is the record.
But this team, if they could beat Estill on Tuesday, maybe if they come back and win this game, pick up another couple wins, maybe be 5 or 6 and maybe 12 if you get into next Tuesday. If you beat Estill, you're the 1 seed, and it doesn't matter how you got there.
Right.
So it's just kind of, maybe be a little bit more patient what we have been, and don't expect this team to be last year's team. You've got 6 players that graduated that were starters, and now you've got Drew Miller. It's not here tonight. You've got your backup catcher Lane Rogers also out tonight. So you're playing some different people and haven't done too bad. We had a little discussion earlier with when my cousin come over here and asked me about errors. I said, we haven't made any errors on our books.
All right.
He said, what about that one plate? He said, would I have made that error? I said, probably not, but, you're just good,
Right, yeah.
But situational, a normal player probably doesn't make that play. And I'm talking about my cousin Scott. He was a really good defender. Normal play to him was a tough play.
Right, yeah.
So some players can just do that. And I think we could probably.
No.
You think no?
No, it's right. Literally, like I'm
thinking,
blinded by it.
Here's my perspective of this: the ball is coming from.
If I'm a left-handed hitter,
no, it's perfect for left-handed hitters.
Mm-hmm.
I think because it's coming from over here on the right side of the rubber, right? So the ball, if you got a left-handed pitcher, you can't go. Right-handed pitcher,
100%.
Right-handed pitcher, there's no problem right now.
Yeah.
That's just the way I look at it. I think we're ready to go at this point, but both teams are ready. Wolfe County's still out there having some fun, playing some pepper, which you don't see teams play a whole lot anymore. It's just kind of they're having fun. Powell County's doing what they do to have fun and just kind of talk about each other, probably.
Well, whatever it takes, right?
Whatever. They are who they are.
whatever it takes.
I love these kids. They got some really nice kids here at the high school, and like I said, the umpires are moving, heading that direction. I think we're going to play ball.
You think?
I think we're getting ready to get one. I really do.
Let's see. He's going to take a peek, and he's going to say nothing.
I think this. I think bring the teams back out. Bring Powell County out to the field. Warm up your pitcher. Give them as long as they need on the mound.
Yeah.
By that time,
correct.
You're ready to go.
Yes, I would agree with that. Yeah.
I don't think it's again. I don't think
5 more minutes, if even, and we're
yeah.
ready.
By that time, you're ready to go. So I think if you go out right now and get your players loose and ready, I think we'll be ready to go. And they're taking the field right now.
Yeah.
Now, who they put on the mound? That's the next question.
Now, we'll say this, too, from my perspective.
Like Dickens will be back out there.
If they could extend that high fence out there about another
5 feet,
5, maybe 10 at the most, right? And at that point, it's you're in a much better spot.
And that's a big old sun, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
It goes down that angle. But again, the arm angle from where Lacey comes from is the exact opposite side of that sun. I'm not saying it doesn't get into your perception, but if you're following the ball, you really don't.
Well, I'll let you know where I'm at right now. What my perspective is.
I'll tell you more in a second. Yeah, it's probably a little. You're probably maybe.
Maybe by the time they get finished warming up, and maybe it's again we're just a couple more minutes. It's starting to make me cry again looking back at it.
Put my glasses back on.
Well, what'd you do that for? I thought everything was fine.
By the time he gets good and loose.
Oh, okay. We're all right. Yeah, by the time he gets loose, I would agree with that.
That's your thought process. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll take another break.
Let's
we'll
do
come
that.
back and we're ready to go with baseball action here on WSKV 104.9 FM.
Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County, a service of Markham and Wallace Memorial Hospital, is personal primary care for you and your family. Receive the best care from highly trained physician Dr. Julie Kennan and family nurse practitioners Sandra McCoy and Felicia Estes right here in your community. Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County, located on Irvin Road in Clay City, is convenient primary care with same-day appointments. Call 606-663-2153 to schedule your appointment today. New patients are being accepted. Trust Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County. Friends and family caring for friends and family.
Hearn Funeral Home has been family-owned since 1939 and is currently under the direction of Hondo Hearn. They have proudly served the families of Powell County and other surrounding counties for over 75 years, helping them to celebrate with compassionate care, dignity, and respect at an affordable price. Contact Hearn Funeral Home for all your pre-planning needs at 606-663-4375.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Let's play ball. Here we go. Get ready for the next pitch. Here's Ken.
Yeah, we're finally back as we'll have the number 6, 7, and 8 hitters in the lineup for Wolfe County. And there's a called strike. Chance falling up the plate. He singled, a run scored, and a walk his last plate appearance.
And the sun is disappeared.
There's strike 2.
Notice that, Ken? The sun has left our vision, and we're good to go.
And it has. I can catch a little bitty spot of it, but
you can.
Just based on my angle.
Any bit.
4-2 is your score. Wolfe County with the lead, and it's going to come right back here to us.
On deck batter got a jaunt.
1-2 is the count now to Fallen, Freeman on deck, and Holland, unless they've made any changes. Freeman for sure is on deck, but Holland, I'm not quite sure where he'll be, if he'll come out and be pitching or not. I would assume he probably would. I'll foul that one off. Count remains 1-2. Again, Wolfe County leading 4-2 over the Powell County Pirates here. We had we're man on the time here. We had nearly an hour sun delay.
Rough one tonight.
Yeah, it was a rough one tonight. Lacey Dickin on the mound for the Pirates. There's the pitch, and it's going to miss low. 2-2.
And as we talk about with the sun delay, it gets a lot worse before you can start playback. Right before we started back, you couldn't see anything. So
yeah. Just felt like in some ways, don't foul that one off. Felt like maybe in some ways it was called maybe
early.
a little bit too soon.
Maybe an inning.
Not that it, yeah.
I think
but at the same time, what do you want to do? You want to come back for one inning, after an hour delay? Maybe not so much.
Or you could just call after 5 and be game, right? That would be rough for the Pirates.
That would be rough. You don't want to do that. Jammed him. going to be fouled off. Your count remains 2-2. No outs, nobody on. Just getting back from a long, lengthy sun delay.
We had a really good game of pepper going on the Wolfe County side, so the bats are definitely going to be ready.
Now, for the listeners that don't really know what that is, there's a strike. Yep, strike him out. Explain that one to you. We both know what that is, but, you can't assume that people that are listening know what we're talking about.
A line of pepper is when you got 4 or 5 players lined up on one side with their gloves, and they toss it to the batter, and they usually bunt or work on their bat control, hitting little balls at them at each one, and they'll usually go in order. It gives you good bat control, gives you good timing, work on your bunt or a push, whatever you're trying to do, and it has to be controlled because you're only like 10 feet apart.
Yeah, good eye-hand coordination, right?
Yes,
you get that glove kind of moving
sides.
quickly, yeah. So 1 out here on the strikeout. There's foul ball.
Again, you still go into a lot of fields still have it to where you'll see the signs that no pepper allowed.
Really?
Yeah, I've seen them on major league fields and college fields. There's no pepper allowed in those areas, and you just don't want to get anybody hurt like that. So, again, something you don't see the kids do a lot anymore, and it's just we used to do it almost
Well, you don't
daily.
see kids doing a lot of things that happened.
That is correct.
Back in the 1900s, as
easy now.
Don't miss. Well, I mean,
I know.
we're the 2000s now. Not the
We are.
1900s.
Well, it was 1900, late 1900s.
Well,
yeah.
1-1 is the pitch count with 1 out. Lacey Dickin on the mound for the Pirates, and it's going to miss.
I like to tell people that I've coached for 5 decades. That sounds like a long time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you can make 5 decades whatever you want to make it. I coached for 36 years. 5 decades sounds like a lot longer, right?
Called strike. And in, 2 millennials?
Well, there you go. See,
2 centuries?
2 centuries. A long time I did that, yeah.
Sounds like you got 3 of a kind or a full house or something. 2-2. Yeah, he called it.
Okay, he got it right.
Yeah, he did get it right.
It was a strike, for sure.
Yeah. A little bit delayed on that one.
They're saying terrible behind us, but that was a really good pitch right there. Right down the nozzle of the knee and on the corner.
For one to take, I think that's a tough one.
You can't take that 0-2 where you were in the count. I was going to be upset because it was a ball.
And listen, he's getting paid by the game, so, I mean, he's not interested to stick around any longer. He already got an hour of no pay.
Holland 1 for 1 on the night, walk.
There's the pitch. There's a called strike.
And he scored a run. And this is the pitcher for Wolfe County. Whether he remains as a pitcher or no, we'll have to see.
0-1 the count with 2 outs, bases empty. Wolfe County up at the plate, top of the 6th.
I know I talked to Lacey over in the concession stand, and he thought his night was over when I talked to him over there.
I would have thought the same thing, right? Especially after an hour delay. But at that point, obviously you're not going to pitch him tomorrow.
No, he's
right?
done for the week. I mean, he's
you're right. Save him till Monday, Tuesday. Going to miss.
I mean, looked like to me he actually is coming back better than when he left.
I would agree with that.
I mean, he was a little wild early on for the first 3 or 4 innings.
Gonna have to go back and look at the stats and see who actually pitched against GRC the first time. And there's a strike, swing, and a miss.
I'm thinking it was Dickin that threw against Clark County.
And at that point, then do you throw him back at him, or do you save him for?
I saved Dickin for Estill. I saved Dickin and Knox. I saved both of them for Estill.
Here's the pitch. Gonna be high. It's gonna take the count full.
And it depends on whether or not you think that you can beat whoever they throw, or if you're that determined to get the 1 seat. I mean, it just depends on your mindset.
3-2. Strike. Yep. 3 up and 3 down. All by way of a strikeout for Lacey Dickin. I believe that's 10 strikeouts for him, on the night. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back for the bottom of the 6th.
Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County, a service of Markham and Wallace Memorial Hospital, is personal primary care for you and your family. Receive the best care from highly trained physician Dr. Julie Kennan and family nurse practitioners Sandra McCoy and Felicia Estes right here in your community. Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County, located on Irvin Road in Clay City, is convenient primary care with same-day appointments. Call 606-663-2153 to schedule your appointment today. New patients are being accepted. Trust Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County. Friends and family caring for friends and family.
Hearn Funeral Home has been family-owned since 1939 and is currently under the direction of Hondo Hearn. They have proudly served the families of Powell County and other surrounding counties for over 75 years, helping them to celebrate with compassionate care, dignity, and respect at an affordable price. Contact Hearn Funeral Home for all your pre-planning needs at 606-663-4375.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
All right, folks. We are now at the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Pirates. It will be Lyndon, Knox, and Del Rosario. At least that's what's on. Actually, it's Carter Poe.
No, that's not Carter Poe.
Oh, that's not Carter. They're having a pinch hitter. That's Markham, I believe, right?
I believe you're correct.
Markham's got a bat ready. Probably going to bat for Lyndon. And again, pitching for Wolfe County is still, looks like they're staying with their starter.
Yep.
So, surprised both ways that they stuck with the starters here, but we'll see how he has rebounded. He struggled there that last inning he threw. Again, they do have several guys in rotation, but not sure who they used last night against Estill. Maybe used a couple of guys. I don't know. Again, looks like it'll be Markham.
Yep, Noah Markham stepping up to the plate, left-handed hitter for the Pirates. And as David had mentioned, Jaden Holland on the mound.
He's had a good game so far. He had the rough inning there in the third. Again, part of it they made a couple mistakes behind him. He walked a batter as well.
Here's the pitch. Going to miss for ball one. A lot of chatter going on there for the Pirate
They have done that all night. They
really have.
Chattered.
Listen, I like that, all season long. Going to miss again, 2-0.
I like it too, but there's been some times tonight where they have chattered at times where, okay, yeah, you're doing the chattering, but you're behind on the scoreboard. Or sometimes you just don't do what you were doing,
Yeah, they were hooping and hollering at times.
On strikeouts when the scoreboard's still red, you're behind, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
a time and a place, right?
There is a time and a place. It's probably not when you're down.
No. 3-0 is the count now.
But I guess they're having fun, so that's all that's important.
That's what matters, right?
As long as it's clean fun.
Bottom line. 3-0. Strike.
Took a little off that one to get that strike right down Broadway, but Markham doing a good job at the plate.
And on one hand, that 3-0, right? And that's like that pitch that you
really
want. And I know.
Yeah, but this is going to be perfect here even. Good cut at the 3-1 fastball.
Make it 3-2. The count goes full. Noah Markham.
Again, he's had to take a lot. He's had to take a little bit off those last two pitches to get him in the zone. So, wants a new ball. They're just some things,
Yeah.
I get it.
Especially as a pitcher, right? All of a sudden, you come out, it's not quite feeling just right. Yeah, let's give me another one.
Yep.
Crowding the plate. Here's the 3-2. I'll foul that one off again. Back here behind us.
You use the one you don't want. It's not an unlimited supply like it is in the majors. You're going to probably have to use the one you just threw out.
3-2. We'll get time.
This is something that's happened all night long.
It has.
These timeouts. There might come a point where the umpire says, look, guys, I'm not giving y'all more timeouts.
Well, but on one hand, though, a long time coming on the pitch. I'm asking for time, too. I'm not going to stand in there all day long waiting for you. Knuckle one going to jamming, man.
Got to run that one out, though. You got to run that one out. That one, I'm not saying there's any rocks out there, but it's a bump in the grass that you got to run that one out.
Rolls back in, yeah. Nice job at first base by Oliver, actually.
Let it roll.
Yeah. Here's the 3-2. There's a foul ball down the left field line.
Tell you what, though, It was about 15-foot foul when it landed, but, man, good approach. Just going with the pitch, driving it the other way. Nice job of Markham and this pinch hit performance here. I like the way he takes his cuts up there.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, he's really crowding the plate on this one.
Yep. And he'll let it go and get the walk. Great at-bat that time by Noah Markham to get the walk.
Honestly, he got almost right on top of the plate during that at-bat. So that brings up Kane Knox, who has struck out and reached on an error by the shortstop before he pulled the first baseman off the bag. So now we got some speed at first base with Markham.
And he eventually scored a run on a squeeze play.
And he was blazing on that one. Actually, I stole second on that, that time on base for Kane. I don't know if you bunt here or not.
I don't think so.
It's the 6th inning. It's late. 1 run is important, though.
Throw to first, and he's going to get back. He had a pretty good lead once the pitch was thrown.
Base come off its anchor at first base as well, so Frank will do a little work at first. He'll have to actually get a tool.
Now we have a base delay.
Now we've got a base delay. It just happens.
Sun delay, base delay. Yeah, that does happen.
It does happen. But you want to make sure, I don't know what kind of bases they use. It looks like it's not the plugs that we use. They just looks like they have the big anchor in the middle that holds the base in, but they need another.
Are they not bringing the tool? Where are they at? We got to find it.
Yeah, now they're coming out. But Carter Poe running it out there. Markham's going over to talk to Begley and Knox and whoever's on deck. Is it Dylan Carter, I guess? No, Jordan Del Rosario.
Again, your score is 4-2. Wolfe County with the 2-run lead over the Powell County Pirates. We're in the bottom of the 6th. The Pirates have a runner over at first with nobody out. Kane Knox will be coming up to the plate, number 5 hitter in the order.
Good job, Coach Pitcher. Markham go retreat back. This will be a time where send him to second base and see if the umpire's paying attention.
Just casually walk down
there. See if anybody notices what you're doing. That's just, I would probably say that sometimes to some umpires.
1-0, Kane Knox. Here's the pitch. Gonna miss. 2-0. Now, this is the pitch you're looking for. 2-0.
Well, you're looking 2-0 fastball for sure.
Yep. Here's the pitch. Going to miss outside. 3-0.
No, we call that a strike.
Oh.
2-1.
Man, that looked way low and outside.
Actually, from where I see the plate after that, where he caught that ball probably was a strike. Looked like maybe a little low if it was anything, though. Now, see, that was the high pitch.
Yep.
Just not going to catch up with that high fastball with his hands where they are.
2-2. I don't see how he's comfortable behind the plate like that, or at the plate, I should say, not behind it. Here's the 2-2. Big pitch. Gonna miss. Count goes full. 3-2. This pitch is even bigger than the last one, right? Get nobody out. Runner over at first and Noah Markham. Kane Knox up at the plate. Here's the pitch. And he's going to get a walk. Pass ball.
And this is one of those times where you talk about, okay, we just went a whole hour without throwing a pitch. He was so sharp for the first 5.
Yeah.
Maybe he was getting a little iffy, and they're going to have a timeout here to Chad. They may change pitchers here.
I would for sure.
It's 2 straight walks. You got Del Rosario up, who showed he would bunt last time. Coach Pitcher coming over as well, so we're going to have a meeting of the minds over here on the on-deck area with the offensive players here. So Coach Begley going over the offensive sets. Saw earlier that it looked like it was Josh calling the offensive plays while Frank's calling the pitching plays.
Yeah.
And Josh doing most of the talking out there. Frank's kind of chipping in as well. I'm sure he's still going to get the final say.
Oh, I almost said something about home plate.
A little dirty?
It's been a good dirty.
Well, everything stayed the same, so maybe you talk about a little bunt coverage. If
all right.
If Dallas, I can't talk, I'm cold. If Dallas Autodale is going to bunt or not, I don't think.
Oh no, he can't. Surely not, right?
I mean, I think it'd be a perfect time to bunt.
I'm not saying it wouldn't be, but they're probably prepared for it. I'm going to pull him back here and see what happens. Oh.
I'll tell you
Way
what,
back
the
here
longest bunt in the history of bunts, that went 100 feet behind the backstop.
Yeah, it did.
Just like he swung in. Now, right now, I know the first baseman is well in. If you're going to bunt it, you got to bunt to third base.
Yeah. Long time coming.
Oliver's brave.
I mean, low.
Did he go for it, though?
No, he did not.
Okay. I would take it off right here. Oliver's too far in. Oliver can play that ball to third base where he is that much in.
And a lefty at that. Going to miss 2-1.
If you're going to take it off, this is where you take it off.
Yeah, on a 2-1 pitch.
Mm-hmm. If not, you stay with it. One of my biggest problems as a coach, I always kind of went away from it after one miss.
Squares around. And he went.
I never wanted my hitters to get to where they were on 2 strikes and never really got to see a pitch. But now we're in a position where you have to swing,
well, no,
I think.
But even that particular one, why are you going for it if you're not going to make the contact, right? Pull that bat back and don't go all the way through. Cost you a pitch. That may have been a ball.
That was a ball.
Yeah, that one was going to take the count full. That's all 3 batters now have gone full count, David.
Now, I don't think you run the batters here with nobody out. I'm definitely not in favor of running here with 3-2, but.
Here's the pitch, and he'll get the strikeout. That's a big strikeout for sure for
definitely,
out number 1.
Definitely a pitch you had to swing at, but it might have been a touch high. But I think he did right to swing at it because it was going to be close enough to make the call.
Now stepping up to the plate, Dylan Carter.
I thought they might let De Rosario take some rips here, but this is the best guy with the bat in his hands. If you get a guy to third base, he could definitely bring him in. But Carter's a guy that I think can make contact to put the ball in play to score that run to second base.
Been on base both times, both plate appearances. Left-handed hitter. Here's the pitch. Going to miss. Oh, hit the outside edge for strike 1.
I think it was a good look. I think that was a little
It was a little bit outside, yeah. 0-1 with 1 out. Pirates with runners at first and second. Here's the pitch. Shot right up the middle, and it's going to get through.
Sinai.
And here's a throw, and not going to get there, and Markham will score.
Cut that. Oliver cut it. I don't know if anybody yelled cut or not, but he made the cut. No, he did not want that cut. He wanted it to come on. Now they're going to call time again. This will be the second trip in the inning. So
I don't think it would have been necessarily as close had
I think
he
they
let
had
it
a
go
chance.
through.
Had a chance, though. I think that's a play that you let the ball.
Well, you have to let it go through.
You have
right?
to let it go
Yeah,
through to see.
Because by cutting it off, what advantage do you have there? You're not
Unless you
necessarily
think
going
you
to
get
catch
somebody
anybody.
out. That's the only thing, But I think you have to let that thing come through.
Right. They're not going to send anybody, on to second from first or from second down to third. So at
So
that
they
point,
do make a
I think you let it
change.
through.
Number 21.
I thought it was 20.
I believe that's Evans. 20. Is it?
22? I think it is 22. No,
21. So this is Chris Evans, and he is on the season, has pitched 12 innings. He has a 7 ERA. So that's all the information I have on him. Again, only 12 innings pitched on the season. But, again, last night they had a tough game with Esther County. Went long. Probably used a couple of guys there. Looks like he's got a nice hook, though. So for the Pirates, I got to write down what we did here. So Del Rosario struck out, right?
Yes.
Got a little excited there on that base hit. Markham scores, runners at second and first, right?
That's correct.
So Carter on the base hit.
Yeah. And the RBI.
So now we have Trent, who is 0 for 2 on the night. He struck out and hit he tried to bunt.
Well, that's actually when Knox scored.
Yes. Okay. He got the sacrifice bunt there.
Yeah.
Okay. So got that bunt play. Now we got one out. Runners at first and second. You really don't bunt here. You give Trent a chance to hit the ball, but on the season for Dylan, he's coming in again with a 125 batting average, and after Trent, you got Begley. So you still got the lead if you're Wolfgang. Now you're just making a pitching change, and also you're making the Powell County pitcher Lacey Dickin wait again on one of those long innings after that break.
Pirates need 2 runs, that's for sure.
Got to have at least one to tie.
Yeah.
Base hit right here would do some good for the Pirates.
So Dylan Trent up at the plate. Going to bunt it down the third base line, and it's going to go foul.
Well,
man,
I tell you what, if he gets
that would have advanced everybody, right?
If he gets that down the line right there,
that's trouble that loads them up.
Because they weren't going to get him.
No, they weren't.
Third baseman was playing a little deep. Also, he's not covering the bunt. If you get one down that good, you just take it.
0-1. Here's the pitch. Oh, he swung at it, and Knox is going to take off, and so is Poe.
So the wild pitch.
Or Carter, excuse me. So that's going to go Knox down to third, Dylan Carter down to second. Pitch was
0-2 though on the batter.
Yeah,
unless you really know the kid can put one down, you could safety squeeze here.
Swing and a miss, and going to get the strikeout.
So it's 2 down.
And
now
it's 2 down on 2 strikeouts.
Up to Bo Begley. Bo Begley has lined out to first and flew out to right, and that again was on the starter. So he's made good contact twice.
Oh,
nice curveball.
Yeah, that was
froze him for a second.
Yeah, nice pitch that time.
This
By
curveball.
Evans.
A little bit bigger breaker.
0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
I like the way they followed up with eye heat, though. It's just really nice to change those eye levels. Again, nice pitch there.
Here's the 0-2 from Evans.
Ooh.
High.
Tell you what, that's a little bit higher. It probably gets past the catcher and it's back here coming.
Yeah.
Knox is going to try to score, I would think.
1-2. It's going to be low.
Nice play.
Nice job by catcher Wilson. Keep that one in front of him to block it.
Did it fundamentally everything correct.
Yeah.
Dropped to the knees, made the stop, smothered the ball. Saved a run.
2-2. Oh, gets a piece of that one, just fouls it off.
Good job by the batter. Begley, keep it alive. Just a piece of it.
2 balls and 2 strikes.
Go the other way. Again, don't try to pull that outside pitch. Just drive it to right. Right fielder down moving. He's coming in.
2-2.
Ball outside.
3-2. So let's touch outside. They've just about loaded up everybody that's been on base practically. Here's the big payoff.
Ball 4.
And sure enough, going to load them up. We'll head to the top of the order. Levi
right,
Wells.
Levi, it's time. Little cuz, time, little cuz.
I say I can't think of the guy that says, it's time during the UFC fights or boxing, I guess. 2 brothers actually do that. Can't remember what their names are, but regardless.
Levi, it's time to hit.
Yeah, it's time.
Get your rip here, buddy.
Bases loaded.
Make us feel better about ourselves.
Oh!
Or take one. Levi.
That was close.
Just take one off the shoulder, son. Tie it up.
Yeah, he didn't want to do that, but that was close, wasn't it?
Oh, I think he wanted to, but then he changed his mind.
Maybe. Oh.
Yeah, don't take that one off the head, though.
Nope.
But now you're 2-0. Now you've got the pitcher where you want him. Now you know what's coming. Only question you have here, what does Coach Begley want you to do? Are you taking 2-0, or you got the green light to drive one?
Oh, he's got the green light.
I think so, too.
Here's the 2-0. There's a strike.
I think he was on his own, taking the entire way right there.
Yeah, I would agree. 2-1. Need a single in the outfield. Oh, late swing on that when he
had to fight it off, though.
Off. Yep. Stayed in it.
Choke it up. Put it in play.
2-2. There's a grounder. Could be trouble. Long way to go to first, and he's safe. Oh, we're going to call him out. Slid into first. Good play that time, especially by Evans, the pitcher, to go over and cover. Pirates will get one run. They'll trail 4-3. We'll head to the top of the 7th here on the Powell County Sports Network.
Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County, a service of Markham and Wallace Memorial Hospital, is personal primary care for you and your family. Receive the best care from highly trained physician Dr. Julie Kennan and family nurse practitioners Sandra McCoy and Felicia Estes right here in your community. Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County, located on Irvin Road in Clay City, is convenient primary care with same-day appointments. Call 606-663-2153 to schedule your appointment today. New patients are being accepted. Trust Mercy Medical Clinic of Powell County. Friends and family caring for friends and family.
Hearn Funeral Home has been family-owned since 1939 and is currently under the direction of Hondo Hearn. They have proudly served the families of Powell County and other surrounding counties for over 75 years, helping them to celebrate with compassionate care, dignity, and respect at an affordable price. Contact Hearn Funeral Home for all your pre-planning needs at 606-663-4375.
You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Welcome back here, as Powell County has put one more on the board, making it 4-3. Powell County will have Dickin, Poe, and Linden. Hit that hit, Derek? See, Josh said, look, I'm not catching him anymore. You guys can if you want to. Derek takes one off the arm.
Yeah.
He's not catching him anymore. He walks off, so now he's back to Begley behind the plate. See, Derek, I think Derek just got back. He normally coaches first base for the Pirates. But anyway, for Wolfe County here in the top of the 7th inning, it will be the bottom of the order with Wisman. Then Oliver and Evans will be who is up for the Wolves with a 4-3 lead. Again, they're still in the driver's seat. But Dickin has struck out 5 of the last 6 batters he's faced. And I say that, and it's actually – he's had 2 strikeouts in the last 4 innings. 2 strikeouts in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 2 in the 5th, and then 3 in the 6th inning. So he gave a run up in the 3rd and 4th innings, but still struck out 2 in each of those. So
I got 12 Ks on the night
on
for
the total.
him. Yep.
Yeah, 2 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd, right?
2 in the 1st, 1 in the 2nd.
2, 3. Yeah, 6, 8. 9, 12, yes. 12 strikeouts on the night for Lacey Dickin. Actually, this is not Dickin. This is a Wireman, right? Yeah, that's Big O.
That is
Big
Wireman.
E.
Yeah, sure enough.
Ethan Wireman is in to do the pitching. I really thought we were going to see Dickin again.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised as well.
Well, I mean, if you're going to bring him back to pitch
for the
6th,
one inning,
then you probably go the 7th. But
yeah.
Nonetheless, there's going to be Ethan Wireman in to pitch for Dickin. Not sure if there were – I'm going to see if I can find Lacey in the field anywhere. I don't see him.
Let's see him either.
I don't think he's out there. I think he's going to be a straight change for Dickin.
That probably goes back to the change with Linden for Markham.
Oh, he went in for Markham? No.
Linden. Markham came in to hit for Linden. Well, where would Dickin? And Dickin would have been.
Dickin coming out puts Wireman in for that spot, though.
Yeah. Man, well, let's just say that's two pitches.
Wireman can't find the zone.
Two in the dirt. Where am I at here, Mr. Wisman? 2-0 count. Squaring around like he's going to bunt, but he's not going to do that. It's going to be 3-0.
Well, we've had a tendency with Wolfe County having that first man on most of that, but they have scored every time they do.
Called strike.
Wolfe County started to pick up on the chance as well.
3-1. Nobody out. Top of the 7th. Wolfe County at the plate, leading 4-3. There's a called strike.
Catches part of that outside corner that time, so back in it.
Maybe you trick them with some junk to start, and then all of a sudden
I think nothing but fastball right here. That's always going to be throwing.
Here's the pitch.
Nope, ball four. Overthrew that one.
So he's going to get the walk.
And, you know, the athletic kid there at first base you think's probably going to be going. You got your best hitter up with Oliver, again hitting .500 coming into tonight's game, minus the last two that they played.
Yeah. Walked, a run scored, and 2 groundouts.
Yep.
Second and short.
And a lot less velocity out there with Ethan, but right now a lot less control as well. Let's go, Big E.
Runner at first, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Gonna miss. Yeah, good timeout.
Very frustrated with himself as well, you can tell. You know, you can't give in to Oliver, but you can't walk batters either
no,
at this
you
point in
can't.
time. You got to,
Yep.
you know, you're down 1. If you're aggressive on the bases, which I think Benny will be aggressive, but you don't necessarily want to be aggressive yet, because if he's going to walk you, well, I'm not taking a chance to steal the base.
You're right. Yeah, he's not shown that he can throw other than 2 strikes.
You got to make sure he can throw the strikes first. I think if he goes to 1-1 right here, he probably goes on the next pitch. But that's just me thinking.
1-0, the Cam Oliver. Pitch.
Nowhere
And
close.
It's going to get by. Nope, not even close.
Throw it to the backstop.
So the runner advances down to second. 2-0 count.
Coach Bench says you got to catch the baseball.
Yeah.
Easier said than done. The coaches couldn't catch the baseball a while ago.
Well, that's different. That's different. They're just
they're not catching. He's not catching either, though, right?
They're filling in. It's like being a coach pitch and coming in to pitch to the kids, right?
Maybe so.
There's a strike.
That's a good pitch right there, Ethan. So it comes back now 2-1. Now you got Oliver with the green light.
See what he does. 2-1. Long time coming. Wireman just now set. Gonna miss. 3-1.
You know, at this point in time, though, I know there's nobody out. Do you give him a dead red fastball? And
I think so, right? You got to, swing in.
He challenged him, all right.
He did.
Got a piece of it.
It's going to take the count full.
I'll tell you what, that was one that Oliver's probably saying, let me have it one more time.
But Bacon's got to be prepared for that as well behind the plate. 3-2. Wireman just now set. Long time coming. And going to miss, going to give up back-to-back walks.
See how Coach Pincher decides to do here, whether he is going to stay with
back-to-back full count before the walks.
Calling a defensive play here. I'll watch the bunt, I guess they're going to do.
Chris Evans is at third base. Now he's pitching at the plate. Runners at first and second. Wisman at second. Oliver at first. Nobody out. Fly ball, and it's going to be caught by the Pirates. Nobody, never even heard anybody say anything, and no communication.
Should have been an infield fly rule nonetheless, but the catch was made, I believe, by Halcomb, the second baseman.
That's what I thought. Yeah, I think he cut right in front of the shortstop.
Regardless
Trent.
of first out, nice big out there. Now it's going to be Mullins to the plate, and he's had a pretty good night for the Wolves. A couple of hits on the night.
Scored a run. Stranded at third. Last at bat, he struck out.
Dylan Carter playing in at first.
It's the pitch.
A little up. Got the late break on the curveball. Just a touch up.
Ball one. 1-0 with one out. Into Jaden Mullins, the right fielder. Here's the pitch from Wireman. It's called strike.
It
looked like he was looking for a
he turned,
right?
but the ball was right in the zone. I mean, I'm right here in line with the plate. It was right there on the corner.
Here's the 1-1. Gonna miss on the outside. 2-1
on the breaking ball. Now I believe you have to come back up and know the fastball here, don't you?
Oh, I would for sure.
Knows fastball's coming, but I think you have to throw one.
I agree. That's about the only thing that's working for him so far. There's the 2-1. Pop that one up.
Dylan?
Carter going to get under it.
Dylan's got
no,
room.
He's not going to find it.
Oh, yeah.
He does find it. Yeah, nice job by
runs it in.
Dylan Carter. He did. So the foul ball for out number 2.
Now bring up Wilson, and he is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. I'm sorry, 1 for 3 on the night. He got a single in the third.
Yeah, struck out the other 2.
Again, I really like the way this kid goes to the plate. Nice open stance, strong base, got a nice swing.
So 2 outs.
I think
top of the 7th.
I'm sorry, I'm playing a little shallow with third base. I think you want to play a little bit deeper to cut off that down the line.
Oh!
Well, another way you can get on base.
Yeah, it's going to load him up. That's obviously the last thing that Wireman wanted. This is going to send Wisman down to third.
That brings up
Holland. Oliver to second.
Who is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice.
Don't need to give up a run here.
No, you just got to really right now. It's kind of simple. Yeah, the bases are loaded, but you got 2 outs. You got to force any base.
Yeah.
If we can just not throw a wild pitch or pass ball right here, I think we're okay.
Again, a long time coming. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss. That was well out of the strike
zone. That was
zone.
high and tight. And
yeah.
We're hacking. I don't think there's any way I give him anything middle, but his misses are inside right now, and we're setting up inside.
Just missed low. 1-1.
I know that we've had some people complain behind us from both sides, and I think the umpire's done a pretty good job being consistent tonight. A couple check swings. Other than that,
yeah. He's not been involved in anything as far as controversy that would create a problem.
Mercy.
And that's a base hit. And,
they're going to score them all.
Yeah, he's going to get a inside the park home run. No, maybe a triple.
He'll get the second. That's it. But he'll clear the bases.
Yeah, clear the bases. Ended up getting a double and 3 RBIs. Just a good hit, right?
That's one time where, and again, I don't blame Poe maybe for going for it, but when you go for that, you're giving up 1 extra run. They're going to score 2 regardless. You're giving them 1 more if you don't make the catch. Now Dickens going to come back in,
or at least maybe a play at the plate on the second runner, right? That's coming from second base.
Now, if he comes back in here, I do not understand it at all. This would
unless they
make no
kept
sense
the
to
DH
me.
alive.
No, it would make
I mean,
He's just he's coming in to play third base.
Del Rosario is
So likely they're going to
heading
be
out.
changing wiremen. But really, if it wasn't for the couple walks there at the beginning of the inning, wasn't throwing that bad.
Back-to-back walks, right?
Yeah, that's what got him. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
the last couple of batters, the hit by pitch, I guess,
that loaded him
up. Looks like it's going to be number 4. That's going to be the shortstop. That'll be Trent coming into pitch. So that looks like it's going to move Levi Wells to shortstop. Dickon will go to third base. Del Rosario likely go to first base. I'm just guessing right now.
I'd like to know the thinking behind Coach Spencer's decision to
take out Dickon.
Yeah, the
way the sixth inning was so smooth, only 10, 12 pitches and all 3 of them strikeouts. Unless he told him he was done.
I think that's possible, right? I don't know. Again, I'd just like to know what that conversation was like that led into that decision.
Well, I mean,
especially after the 3 strikeouts, to end the 6th.
Yeah, Dickon re-entered, but got that from the umpire, but he's just going to change positions. So he has to enter 4. Well, we didn't know where he went anyway, but anyway, the Pirates are pretty much staying with their order of pitchers. Again, Wireman is your number 3 guy. So you go to him next, regardless. Then you go to Trent, and I think after that, maybe Halcomb and Bo Begley. Those are your next 2, with Begley being the only catcher they got tonight. He's kind of out of the mix. Noah Markham, I think, maybe has thrown some, but maybe it's JV ball. Trying to look down the list here. Not other guys who've thrown this year, again, other than, like I said, that's about it. I think Halcomb. Not much. Anyway,
we're about 10 minutes. We're about 10 minutes away from an inning in the third in an hour. It's crazy.
After taking an hour of delay, we played 5 innings, about an hour and a half, and then took an hour delay, and then an hour to play the 6th and 7th after the comeback.
First pitch is a strike to Chance Fallen.
Be late getting to bed tonight.
Here's the pitch. Miss on the inside.
I just
1-1.
I don't know why we're living inside is what my question would be. I mean, I know, look at the catcher. He set up. Everything's inside right here, right? Am I looking at it correctly?
You have a better angle than me as far as that, but I agree with you. And it's going to go right over. They're going to send the runner in. Oh, he makes a wide turn. Throws well off the mark.
That has. What do you call that one?
That's a good question.
I'm going to say E5.
I mean, it was right to him.
It's a tough error, but
it was still right to him, though. That's one
I think it's got to knock down, right?
You do.
If you knock
one
it
way
down,
or another,
you knock it down, you throw them out.
Whether it's your body or otherwise, like some way, somehow, you got to. Again, it was hit almost directly at him. So runner over at second.
I know the new way of scoring the which some people hate. They say if it's off to the side anymore, and I'm talking about Major League Baseball, foul ball on the bunt attempt. Major League Baseball, they say if it's to your side, it's not an error. I just don't know if I agree with that or not.
Oh,
I mean, I just don't know if I agree with that. I just
if it's hit to your side,
if they feel it like this,
right?
They say no error anymore. I just don't think that should be the way it is.
Well, you just make a stab at it, and all of a sudden it's
let it go, and it's not an error.
Right.
It's base hit, right?
0-1. Who do we have up at the plate? Slade Freeman.
Looked like a nice pitch right there, but
gonna miss 1-1.
Goes for the miss, and he has struck out twice, walked once.
Fouled the first pitch off. That 1-1 count. 2 outs. They have scored 4 runs here in the top of the 7th. Swing and a miss.
And again, and only 1 hit.
Yep.
I mean, it's not like they have beat the doors down. We have kind of, pitching-wise, we've kind of done it to ourselves all night long with the wild pitches and walks.
Give
they
up
have been
a walk, and then you get 2 outs, and then you give up another walk, and then right to the pitcher, and that's going to end it. So on the 1-3 ground out to end the inning, they almost batted all the way around. Pirates will find themselves in a deep hole now, trailing 8-3. We'll come back for the bottom of the 7th. You're listening to the Powell County Sports Network.
Are you wanting to switch to Appalachian Wireless but afraid of losing your number? Don't worry, you can keep your number and sign up for the region's best network that goes wherever you go. That's right, sign up today and get instant savings when you bring your number to Appalachian Wireless. Whether you need 1 line or 5, you'll save big. Did I mention free activation and your first month is free? So what are you waiting for? Switch today and experience better coverage, service, and savings because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
In Kentucky, we understand what matters: family, friends, community. But sometimes we hurt. At Mountain Comprehensive Care Center, we believe in hope, and Mountain's behavioral health professionals want to be there for you every step of the way. Together, we can overcome the challenges of depression, PTSD, addiction, and so much more.
You are not alone. Call Mountain Comprehensive Care Center today at 606-663-3336 or visit our Stanton Clinic at 369 North Main Street.
You're listening to PCSN.
Welcome back here to Powell County High School for the bottom of the 7th inning. Powell County now trails the Wolves 8-3 after coming back and making it a 4-3 contest. Coming back out in the 7th inning, Ethan Wyman got the ball, walked a couple, hit one, got a couple out, then a line drive base hit, cleared the bases for a double. 1 hit in the inning. Again, tonight we've had 3 walks score, a hit by pitch score. It's 4 of their 8 runs have really been kind of freebies.
Yeah.
You know, it's just kind of
just mistakes.
Yeah, and then also 1 error in that last inning. So, depending on how you score, maybe I had 2 errors on the night.
Is this Dickin?
This is Dickin.
All right, back up in the lineup. Struck out. First 2 plate appearances and then grounded out. First pitch is going to be a ball.
He's still stepping in the box.
So, you know, that was right to me, that particular
that ball?
Pass ball right there, yeah. Going to miss. I'd have thrown that one all the way home, just so you know. Pop fly, center field. Going to get it, and they'll make the catch. It's only like the 2nd hit to the outfield tonight, I believe. Maybe the 3rd. So fly out to center field. Let's see, we've got 1 back in the
right,
4th.
Right?
Yeah. Well, actually, that'd be left, right, and center.
3 balls to the outfield.
one on each.
And a couple base hits that are good dribblers out through there, right?
Yep.
There's
a base hit. Yep. Nice
2
job by
hard hit
Carter
balls
Poe
for base hits tonight. Other couple dribblers, but that one was a solid base hit up the middle.
First pitch hit.
You know, Wolfe kind of led off three different times led off 3 times in the first 4 innings with hits. All 3 of those runs scored. They also had a walk, 2 walks that led off innings. Both those 2 runs scored. So every leadoff batter for the Wolves have scored tonight. So that's where the damage has been done.
So Noah Markham coming up to the plate for the Pirates.
Good swings last time for Noah.
Walked after taking the count full and fouling off several.
Probably a good take right there, but a strike call nonetheless. Again, it is now 8-3. You got to be hacking, I believe.
Yeah, he had the walk and the eventual run scored for the Pirates in the last inning. Throw back over to first, and he's out. Sure enough.
I don't think he was out, but that's the call by the umpire.
So where are we at here? That was a 1-3 pickoff for out number 2.
I just think that was Mr. Hammonds wants out of here. Call. I like Gary, but I think that's what it was. Again, 8-3 has something to do with it.
Yeah, and you can be influenced, right? There's a strike.
Well, no, it was a nice pickoff move. I'm not saying that.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. No, I'm saying, like, you know, at that point, you know, you got.
No way you should get picked right there.
Yeah. 0-2. Here's the pitch. This inside.
As we all say, your run means absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So
it's irrelevant.
So you shouldn't never get picked off right there.
No. Situationally aware. There's a strike. Nope. Man, that looked like
I think it finished down, but I think it was high when it crossed the plate.
That could be true. You got a better angle.
I think it influences a lot of judgments.
Here's the pitch. And swing and a miss. Going to get the strikeout, and that will do it.
I've got 3.
Well, they're going to call him out regardless. I guess he was questioning whether or not he, swung around it or
that was
not.
The question, yes.
Yeah. Well, that'll do it as the Powell County Pirates. Let's not wrap things up at this point. We'll just wrap things up as in, the Powell County Pirates unfortunately lose 8-3. They'll go to 3-12 on the season. Wolfe County will go to 11-4 on the season. David and I will be back on the air tomorrow night as the Powell County Lady Pirates playing host to Buckhorn. 6 o'clock start for that. So we'll have that game coverage for you then. So again, for my broadcast partner David Faulkner, Landon Nolan, our technical support and videographer here, along with Ethan Moore, Nevaeh Bridgeman back in the studio. This is Ken Simon saying thank you for listening to the Powell County Sports Network here on WSKV 104.9 FM.
Thank you for listening, watching, and supporting Powell County Pirate Athletics. We also encourage you to support the community sponsors that invest to bring the live coverage to you. Visit the Powell County Sports Network page at listenlikealocal.com to find the most up-to-date sports broadcast schedule and all the ways you can listen to the game. Thank you for listening to Powell County Pirate Sports on the Powell County Sports Network.